All right.
I mean, not that you don't like being checked for lumps.
All right.
I really wish Trump would shut up every once in a while. He's killing the stock market for the end of the week.
Yeah, I'm not worried about the end of the week. In fact, if it drops, I'm hoping it drops, believe it or not, a little more.
Yeah.
What, Tesla?
No, not Tesla.
Bitcoin?
No. You guys would laugh if I told you everybody thinks
Go ahead, Mark. Tell us.
I've made a shitload of
Tell us.
Nokia.
Oh, Nokia.
I
Not
want
bad. I
Nokia
thought
below
maybe you were
5
like
again.
all in on JCPenney or something.
There's still guys like
Doc.
Dimitri that want a non-smartphone.
Oh.
No, they build infrastructure now. They literally built 4G on the moon.
Oh,
That's pretty fucking cool.
very. God dang it. I'd be honored to get a text from Buzz Aldrin.
He's probably still up there.
No, he's not. I spoke to him recently.
Oh, really? Where?
Yep. We just had him on as a guest, talking
That's
about
cool.
something. I've
He
talked
was
to
a
him a couple of
womanizer,
times.
wasn't he?
He was who?
A womanizer.
Oh, fine.
I'm
The
pretty
dude's
sure
been
he
on the
was.
moon. He can grab as much ass as he wants.
Pretty much.
Thank you. Oh, Lee. Talk about having moon rocks.
Well, I mean, what's the big deal? I mean, the chicks from The View, they're all astronauts.
Again, if going somewhere for 12 minutes makes you an expert, I'm
Then
a
I'm a
gynecologist.
gynecologist, yeah.
Thank you.
They're on a mission. They keep calling it the mission.
The mission, yes. Hold on.
The missionary
We'll see you in
position.
12 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, they should talk to the people that were up there for 9 months.
Yeah, they
Right?
got
Oh,
stuck
my-
up there, yeah.
There's been people up there there's been Russians up there for 2.5 years.
You don't think they're bumping nasties up there for 9 months?
I hope so. I'd heard some stories about it, and that is a great one I'd love answered. Now,
You know the whole
can't-
thing's probably... there's got to be places that aren't on video.
I know. Well, somebody has to have done something only because I know how crazy I get just at a red light. But so the deal is leverage. I mean, between bungee cords and Velcro, I don't know how much action you can get.
You can't get any traction, huh?
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That doesn't sound right to me. It doesn't. When I was up on the moon,
It's all about fulcrums. And
everything
stuff.
was working.
Well, you used to tying her down anyway.
The thinner the rope, the more implied the consent, Kelly.
When you get down to a necktie,
Right,
it's
yeah.
all good.
Yeah, like a Sears necktie. That's like, that's a wink and a nod.
I bet Tom's first suit was from Montgomery Ward's.
Yeah, Monkey Wards. Heck yeah.
Ben Franklin.
The Ben Franklin. There was one in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma when I was growing up.
I bet.
They had a soda fountain, a real fucking soda fountain in the back.
I do miss the 5 and dime. We had one in Golden.
Yep.
Yeah, the 5 and dime. First place Suzanne ever shoplifted.
I bet. No, that makes sense.
I remember something you guys probably have never seen.
Here we go.
The automat.
Lincoln?
No, the automat.
Oh, yeah,
where
the
you put
automat in
money
New York,
You
yeah.
open up a door and get a
went
sandwich.
into one, but yeah.
No.
No, where they?
No,
it
I'm
was
pretty sure I've seen those.
In New York,
like
there.
the
I've
certainly
airports
seen
and
them,
shit.
but I don't. I
No,
never
this is a
went
big
to
store
one.
in New York. It was the
Huge place, yeah.
What?
Yeah, I never went
Right?
to one.
Yeah.
It was an actual store.
Oh,
It's
well,
it's a
was a
restaurant,
restaurant
so
with
there's
doors.
tables set up, and then you get change and you plug it in, so you can get a hot meal over
But
here.
it's all vending machines.
Sandwich. It's
Yeah,
all,
but
It's
they're-
not vending
they're
machines.
They're in the
behind
back
machines
cooking it.
making the food,
they
and
put
then they
Yeah.
stick them in the little window.
it's not vending machines.
I've never seen
they
that.
put
That's what I'm
fresh
saying.
food in
It's
the
like
window.
lockers.
You've seen that, Shannon?
Not
You're
in
not that
person,
fucking
not in
younger than
person,
me.
but I know what it is.
Yep.
You're older than me, a matter of fact.
I know I am.
Don't be making shit up.
That was a
I'm
big treat as a
sniffing
kid. You got
60.
to go there, put the money in, and get your food out.
Yep.
That sounds horrible. Why not just serve the food right to them without this
I don't know. There
thing
was
in
something
between?
about the
Because this way
gimmick.
they don't have
There
to
was
pay the
something about
waiters
the
or
gimmick
waitresses.
that made it work.
Oh, I see. It's like a cafeteria.
Yeah,
Basically,
yeah, kind of, yeah.
exactly.
And there are walls and walls,
Right.
Walls and walls
lockers with a glass window on the
So,
door.
so why not just fucking open a cafeteria once again?
They
It was a
went
gimmick.
back to that. Yeah.
People loved it.
Yeah.
So it was a shtick.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Speaking of shtick, Kelly?
Yeah, I had a dumb waiter in my house growing up.
How long did it take? Was it electric or what was it?
It was mechanical.
Yeah,
It was. Did you pull a rope or was it mechanical?
it was mechanical.
Well, not mechanical.
Well, no, you push a
Electric?
button.
Hold on.
You push a
There was a
button.
little knob on the window. and you just
electric. That's
open
fun.
the window.
It was electric, is what
Yeah.
I'm trying to
I
get.
know. I think it was mechanical.
I
No,
pushed
hers
a
was
button.
electric.
I bet you were able to fit in it.
There's an episode of King of
my
Queens
God.
where he has one in the house and it's got a crank.
Yeah.
And as you crank it, the problem is he had to crank it for about 10 minutes to bring the bag of food upstairs.
No,
Well,
my
that's a good way
sister
to
and I
use
were truly
calories.
spoiled. We love that thing.
I
My
bet.
mom used to pop us popcorn to watch movies upstairs.
Shit. If we had one, I would have put the dog in there,
No
the cat
kidding.
in there, the
Oh,
hamster in there.
Pets immediately.
He just said, obviously you could fit in it, Kelly.
I'm sure Kelly and his sister got in there at some point.
That would be trouble in my house. I guarantee that would have been trouble when I was a kid. Something would have died in there. Something would have broke.
Sure.
All right, we have the follow-up call from yesterday, Tom. Brad O'Brien is on.
Oh, yeah, we got to do
for
that one.
Leslie for the HOA issue.
You good on that, Tom?
Tell him I'll read that.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help come.
Tom?
This is the Troubleshooter Show.
We got Brad O'Brien for an issue that
Got it.
Mark will recap. You ready? You're up.
Hey, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Now, today is car day, and we're here to help you with cars and talk about cars and issues and motor vehicles, but anything else that comes up. And we do have a follow-up where we do have an expert on. And Mark, do you want to take this one? You took the call from Leslie.
I do. This one is completely insane. The call came in yesterday from Leslie, and let me just recap it real quick. She wanted to paint her house, so she went to the HOA's website because there's only, particular color patterns and colors you can choose. So she chose one. It happened to be number 53, and that ties in with Guy Rees or Sherwin-Williams, number 53 for her neighborhood, like literally for her neighborhood. So she chooses it. Then she hires a contractor. The contractor goes to Guy Rees, picks up the paint, goes over to her house, is going to start painting. And she leaves for work. He starts painting. She gets home. The house is green. Number 53 is gray. What happened was the HOA, at first you would think the contractor messed up, the painter. Painter did not mess up. Who actually messed up was the website for the HOA where you would go to choose what color you want. And she chose 53, which was supposed to be like basically a gray and white, and it ended up being green. So she calls up the contractor at first, of course, and it wasn't his fault. He's like, I just grabbed number 53 like you told me. She makes sure Sherwin-Williams or Guy Rees gave him the right one, which was 53. Then she calls up the HOA or the management company and says, hey, what's going on here? Number 53 is gray, and it's not gray. It's actually green, according to everybody else. And they go, oh, whoops, we messed up on the website. So the website actually was wrong, and that's where you have to go and pick out your colors in this particular community. So then it gets even weirder. After they acknowledge that, they offer her $2,000. The paint job cost $8,000, but they offer her $2,000 for whatever reason. But what's the strangest part is, then they redo the website. Now on the website, and she has screenshots of the original. Now on the website, it says, hey, you need to make sure it's the right color when it shows up at your house. And 53 is now the proper color of gray. So the question is for Brad O'Brien. Brad, I think we have sent you some of the documentation from the HOA, but pretty much everything I looked at, everything Dimitri looked at, is pretty much exactly what I just recapped. Dimitri, is there something you want to add? Because you looked at a lot of it.
No, I think you did the perfect job summarizing the situation. She followed the HOA rules. She got the HOA approval to paint her house.
Number 53.
She did everything exactly right, and she comes home from work expecting to see a gray house, and it turns out it's green. The HOA says, "Oops, we made a mistake on our website where you chose the colors and the paint codes." They fixed that mistake.
Yep.
Right.
And then they put in a lot of other legal.
I have a quick question though, guys. Is the HOA saying she's not allowed to have the green?
No, of course not. She doesn't want green. She says, "Who the hell wants their house puke green?"
Okay,
it's the
but
last
what I mean
color
is
in the world she
it is
wants.
I just wanted to know, as an aside, it is one of the approved colors.
I don't know. I think we asked her that. Leslie, was the green your house is now one of the approved?
Hi, everybody. It was, yes.
Yes, it is one of them.
But you don't want the color.
This was the color.
No, who would want that?
So the color, the green that I currently have is the color 53. This is what it was supposed to be. 53 was supposed to be this green house, this green color.
Yeah.
However, on the website, when I picked it, 53 was
It's
actually
gray.
a dark gray with white trim.
Yeah, we got it. I think Brad gets it.
Yeah, we got it. Hey, Brad, do you think the
Brad,
HOA has any
Brad, well, hold on. Let
responsibility
me
here to
throw this
repaint
in.
her house?
Well, hold on. One more thing for Brad. So, Brad, they wanted to compensate her $2,000. The paint job's $8,000. And when she said that's not acceptable, I might talk to an attorney or whatever. Now they ghost her. Now they say, because you threatened legal action, we're simply not going to talk to you anymore. We're done. So the other thing is, in her HOA agreement, Brad, there is a arbitration clause as well, and she has started that process, but she is telling us that they don't even have to respond to the arbitration in any certain time frame, according to the documents. But go ahead, Brad. Ask questions. Give your thoughts.
I'm just wondering, Brad, if you think they have liability.
Well, that's the ultimate question, and I really can't tell you. It sounds obviously it's a case of mistake. A mistake was made, and now the HOA is not responsible for painting people's houses or paying for painting people's houses. The question is there a mistake that Leslie relied on, something that causes them liability to redo it? So I don't know. It would take some research on this, on how the courts have addressed this kind of question before.
Hey, Brad, what does your gut say, just from a common sense standpoint? The HOA says, well, hold on. The HOA says you have to do only what we say on our website. So go pick it out. Then your contractor will pick up the paint at Gyrie's. I mean, I don't know how else she would have done it. The only thing I would argue against is, I probably would have been there. I probably would have wanted to see a little of the paint on the house. I might have wanted done something like that. But, she works all the time. And I'm sorry to interrupt, but I wanted to get that out.
Well, the HOA did not approve a green color. They approved gray. It was a mistake made that called 53 gray when it was really green. I think, practically speaking, you want to find out what's the cost to fix this. I mean, can the painting company call that a first coat and just do a second coat and it's only $4,000, not $8,000? Is there some way to whittle down the cost to remediate this? So it's not $8,000 and maybe it's half that, and then try to get the HOA to come up from 2 to 4 and get a deal done to work this out. Because going to court over something as small as maybe $4,000 with an attorney may not make a whole lot of sense. And there's going to be an attorney fee provision in any HOA dispute where the prevailing party gets their attorney fees paid by the losing party. So that could be more than the amount they're even fighting over.
How much did the paint job cost?
May I speak?
$8,000.
It was a little less than $8,000.
And I can tell you this, going from is it a dark green? It looks dark to me. Going from a dark green to kind of a lighter, is it a light gray or not? I think you would have to reprime. I think I think it would show through. But that's a painter can tell you.
That
yeah,
sucks.
Repainting it wouldn't even be enough for me. And so I actually proposed that to the board. They offered to. I went back and said, let's do 4. And that way we're cutting the losses down the middle. And I embraced the puke green house because I have been a citizen here for the past, 17 years. I pay my dues on time. I've never once had even a threat of any kind of violation. And it really feels like they just don't care. It's honestly giving me a bad taste in my mouth. It's like this is just bad for the way I feel toward my community now. Like they don't care. I sent in the ADR on May 6th, so it's been over 2 weeks. I'm yet to get a response of any kind. And I did propose, $4,000, cutting it down to half. And they don't care. I would think that it was fraudulent activity.
Unfortunately, you have to go through the process outlined in the bylaws. Right, Brad?
Which I began.
Yes, there's a claim process in any well-drafted HOA documents.
I'm not sure.
And she did that. We talked about that yesterday. She invoked the arbitration clause and sent in the letter requesting it. She doesn't know if they're ever going to respond to her, though. I would say they probably have to.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. There must be some kind of penalty if they don't or something. I mean, the bylaws are there for a reason. They got to figure this out. This is crazy. I mean, I can't believe they're not taking responsibility and just repainting your house. I mean, it seems so logical to me. I don't see where, unless they say, well, it was part your responsibility for not babysitting it. But I don't see that. Come on, man. You picked a color approved by them.
Their defense up to this point has been that I did not do my due diligence. However, after living in a community for 17 years, I actually learned to rely on the information provided by my HOA. Why wouldn't I? If I can't, then we probably need a new HOA, And so I did not think that it was necessary to question it. Furthermore, there was no disclaimer. I actually sent an additional email early this morning. I'm not sure whether or not you gentlemen had a chance to look at it. A disclaimer was added on March 12th.
And it
March
should have
13th, excuse me.
And they should have. The disclaimer should have been there in the beginning.
However, it was not. So the disclaimer wasn't actually added until after my house is done for. It's green. Then
Which is good because they learned. Listen, that's actually a good thing. They learned their lesson and they corrected the mistake by putting a disclaimer up. Go and look at the color of paint that shows up and make sure it's correct,
However, they learned it on my dollar, so that's kind of shitty.
Yeah.
Here's what's interesting, Brad. Let me ask you this. If she doesn't repaint it, I don't know what kind of a case she would have. If she does repaint it and she's out $6,000, then I can see the monetary damage. But if she decides to keep it green and not move forward with changing it, what the hell would you sue for?
Well, green was not an officially approved color, even though the website said so.
No, it is an approved color.
It was
the
an
wrong
approved
number.
color. She just doesn't like it. It is technically an approved color.
Okay.
It's not.
Well, if that's true, then she has the right to keep it green.
Right, and no one's making her change it. She does have a right to keep it green. She doesn't want it green, even though she's allowed to keep it green. The whole point here is their numbering system was mislabeled and cost her what she considers a paint job because she would have never painted it this color.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
It's not so much being that it's not approved. The issue is it's not what she wanted.
And for the sake of simplicity, I would have been willing to embrace the green, at least pay me half of what I'm in the hole. That's going to make me feel a little bit better about it. And life goes on. At this point, it's like burning my summer.
What you're saying is for enough damages for your pain and suffering, you're willing to move on. And you're saying $2,000 doesn't cut it.
Absolutely. For it.
Well,
I'm over it. I'm not going to get the house repainted
Well, here's
because
the
it would
problem.
cost me more when I had this paint job
I
situated.
know, but here's the problem with the $2,000. To get an extra $2,000 is going to cost you more than $2,000, right, Brian? Right, Brad?
Yes.
That's the bottom line. Now, is small claims court a venue? Not if it has an arbitration clause. So go through the arbitration and ask for more damages. But as Mark pointed out before, if you're willing to keep the green and no one's making you change it, then you may have no choice but to keep it, and then therefore there are no damages. Because, Brad, I mean, if she keeps the color, there are no monetary damages. Would the courts recognize her disappointment factor as a damage?
Well, she could argue that it's just not acceptable to her, and that may be a good argument. And so therefore the cost to change it to gray is measure of her damages.
Okay. And even if she doesn't do it, in other words, I don't know. Do they have experts?
Well, she could always keep the house and then keep the $2,000.
Well, if that's what she's thinking about. They didn't make her repaint, but she's saying she wants to keep the green and get $4,000, not keep it and get $2,000. You know, Leslie, I hate saying this, but at this point, it might be worth just keeping.
I'd be happy if they repaint it.
What's that?
If they paint it, and it's not costing me anything else, I'd be happy with that. But they said it wasn't even an option. It was pretty much $2,000 or nothing. And now there's not even any discussions going on about it. I sent another email telling them, let's talk about $4,000, let's negotiate.
Yeah, but they don't want
nothing.
to. Here's why. Here's why. Because most of the time, when residents sue HOAs, they lose even if they win. Because they're fighting with your money. They're not fighting with their own money. It's not like someone on the board says, oh, damn, this is going to cost me. They don't, it's invisible money to them. Everyone chips in. HOAs are terrible enemies because they have no pain in the game. There's no pain. It doesn't turn out to be an assessment against every homeowner for this lawsuit. It's not going to hurt them, so they don't mind fighting. That's what you have to know, that there is no upside here for you. None. If they don't voluntarily do it, you're not going to get it. I would go through the arbitration. They have to answer the arbitration. And just say, look, I want
something I came across.
Go ahead.
Is mediation, which I guess would be a step, and that would probably, even if I was to file in small claims, I'm assuming that the judge would probably order mediation, even prior to accepting the case. This is what I would think. Obviously, I'm not an expert.
Sometimes they do.
And at that point, I think that
Hey, Mark, what did you say? What did you say the arbitration clause says? Did you look at it?
I'm not staring at it right now, but it basically says you have to write them a letter and you want to invoke the arbitration clause.
Okay.
Which I did.
Okay,
and
that's
she
what
did
you need
do
to
that.
do. I mean, there's nothing else we can tell you. Angel, everything is dictated by that clause. There's nothing we can do about it. You have to go through the process that you agreed to.
I actually think, Leslie, that's the best thing for you. Hiring an attorney is going to cost way more. Arbitration is going to cost you something for sure, but you might get that $8,000. I mean, you've got. I don't think they're going to show up and lie. So really, it's going to come down to, what are the facts here? And that's what I was hoping Brad might have dealt with something like this before. But it is a pretty unique case. But they acknowledge they messed up. They're going to say that to the arbitrator. I highly doubt they're going to lie whatsoever. But Brad, let me just pick your brain one more time, then we have to take a break. I know you're not looking all the docs. In fact, I'm not even looking for legal advice. But just based upon the conversation, if everything is factual, how do you think an arbitrator would rule on this?
That's a legal question, and I'm just not in a position to answer that right now.
Fair enough.
There's also, there's a duty. What duty did the HOA have to her? But also, did she have a duty to make sure the paint color was what she was trying to
See,
get?
that's the big question.
And so
Did she have any responsibility to follow up when she saw the paint going on the house? That is a big...
Well, that was it. That's the first thing I asked her. She left for work. The contractor shows up. When she gets back, the paint is 90% done. I mean, that's how it went down. It's not like you ordered a red car and it showed up and you're walking up to it and you go, wait a second, that's black, not red. I mean, she didn't know.
I know. All right, so listen, maybe this is not what you wanted to hear, but you have to go through the process. Brian, quickly, your comment. Go ahead, Brian.
Years, and the first time when they charged $8,000, they probably had to power wash, they probably had to scrape, they probably had to caulk, they probably had to do a lot of priming. The paints they have today, if you get a good paint, it comes with primer. I cannot see that house taking more than $4,000 to redo it. I just can't, including paint and everything else. And if she would want me to go over and take a look at it, I might even be able to do it cheaper. And I can show her references, and I can show her houses I've painted, and I won't take any payments until the job is done.
Okay,
no material, nothing.
But here's the only problem I want. She doesn't want to do it for $4,000. She's only getting $2,000 from the HOA.
Well, that's what I said. It's going to probably be less than $4,000. I'll bet you it's not even, probably around $3,000, worst case scenario.
Okay.
Maybe the HOA will give her $3,000.
Kachina, hook them up in case. If he wants to go over and look at it, it's fine with me if she's fine with it. Sure. I'm Tom Martino. We have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show.
Yep.
Our home is the cradle of our family. That's why I recommend Zero Res. Carpets, tile, and
I'll
grout,
do Joe
hardwood,
Lazzara
laminate,
first.
stone, upholstery, rugs, and air ducts. No chemicals. Get 3 rooms at $119 and take $75 off duct cleaning. ZeroResDenver.com. 303-471-5150. 471-5150. Don't risk the chemicals and excessive water of those other guys. 303-471-5150. ZeroResDenver.com.
If you're ever in trouble and need an attorney, a defense attorney, Joe Lazzara is the one we recommend based on years and years of knowing him and referrals we've made to him. Joe Lazzara, Lazzara, whether it's a DUI or maybe some speeding ticket or a scuffle with your neighbor or something more serious, Lazzara Legal, free upfront initial consultations always, and then flat rate pricing. 303-429-6200, LazzaraLegal.com.
Thank you.
Yes, that's the problem. I'm trying to charge it, and
Is Mark going to do the spot?
It'd be nice, but he's not there.
Okay. You need me to fill? I can do Denver Regen with
what, a stand-up charger?
Yeah, it's the Bronco.
With stem cell therapy. You want me
Right.
to?
Oh, okay.
All right, tell me when.
In a couple minutes.
All right.
Okay, like 3 minutes.
All right.
Right, right.
So we got the motor in for that guy's GMC.
Oh.
He's going to pick that up today.
Oh, you already installed it?
Oh, yeah.
And it, wow.
Thank you, yeah.
Great job.
Unfortunately, he's going to have to pay the bill, and then they're going to reimburse him. But, so it's going to end up costing them probably about $2,000 total. But
shit, not bad for, yeah. He's getting a lot of, he's getting a lot of engine for that $2,000.
Yeah. And we
That's
upgraded
awesome.
some stuff that should have been done the first time it wasn't.
And the rear main is new.
With the engine.
That guy told me it's some kind of a module that's, I know.
No, it's a part that bolts to the back of the engine and it holds the rear main. Yeah. But it comes on the engine.
Unbelievable. What a douche.
So, the guy's lying.
Yeah.
I don't want to, And then the other poor guy with his Ford truck, he's just...
Oh, he's totally screwed. He's got no recourse.
He fought up...
I'm ready anytime.
With him. He said,
That's very nice of you.
Just give
I was
me.
just giving him a minute to get back there.
Yeah,
if
but
he
I
got
don't
back
mind
there.
doing. I mean,
That's all.
I can do the stem cell part of them. It's the same. It's just not the weight loss one.
Yeah, see previous statement. I was just waiting for Mark to walk back in, and he could do it if he walked back in.
Okay.
But thank you. So don't run off.
I'll be
70
here.
seconds.
But
And just to get sloppy work, just terrible work.
man, thanks for handling all that. Jeez.
It's a challenge with some of the warranty companies.
Actually, I think all of them.
Yep.
Yes.
I can do a ridge at whatever you want, man.
So he's back, and he'll do it in 50 seconds.
Thanks.
I wish they made a shot. I wish Denver Regen made a shot that I could shoot in your face and you would look better. Because
I'm not
that
overly
shot,
concerned
we
about
would
my
all
looks
get rich
as much
off
as I
that.
am your ability to concentrate on the
I
show.
can concentrate
No,
just
you
fine.
and Tom are about as scattered as a bag of buckshot. I
What'd you
can't
say?
keep you-
Who's he
Fucking
talking
God.
to? What
I know
color shoes are you?
You guys
Get off my
occasionally
lawn.
lose your train of thought, but if I tied you to the tracks, maybe. I heard this one the other day. It's great, by the way, 10 away. Yeah, Mark, you are a treasure. You should probably be buried.
I am a national treasure. Denver Regen, I keep talking about these guys. Man, check it out. 35 pounds, 5.5 months. You don't think of food, and you're not.
Tom, I've abducted women that needed less hand-holding than Mark. By the way, I'm
Yep.
kidding about the abductions.
Ice cream.
God, I was just telling him, do it.
Don't think about it anymore. In fact, they'll have pizza here today. I won't even eat a slice of it. I'm simply not hungry. I don't eat junk. 35 pounds.
I got some junk he can eat.
Only $300 a month. If you get in now, your first month is half price. So $150. That's doctor's visits, medication. It's all inclusive. Simple as that. DenverRegen.com. Do it now. You've been putting it off. DenverRegen.com.
This report is sponsored by YRefi.com.
We've got a hot day for your Friday to kick off.
Or did you say 11:55 or at 55? I thought you were talking it. Forget it. You know what? You're confusing. Where's Dragon?
In 10, can you come back and talk again to the dozens of listeners that you have? Thank you.
Score is. Just go to YRefi.com. That's YREFY.com.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com for free market valuations of your home. Find out what it will sell for without an obligation to list. 303-920-1622. All right, let's talk to Angel. We left off with her before that other problem, and Angel's dad went out. Basically, this is what a lot of older people do. Well, people do it in general, not just older people. Her father lives in an RV in her yard. He bought a $15,000 new RV that she says he can't afford. He did it with a $2,500 check down. Now he has to pay the rest. She says he can't afford it. Now, here's the problem. If he's not disabled in any way, and you can make a case for competence, he's stuck with this purchase unless they will let him out of the deal. So, will they let him out of the deal?
They are not letting him out of the deal. They are basically saying if he doesn't want the camper, that's fine, but they're keeping his $2,500 deposit.
Okay. And Angel?
Mind you,
Go ahead.
it never left the lot. I don't know if that matters.
No, that doesn't matter. People think it does. With cars, with RVs, with anything. It doesn't
They
matter.
argue delivery.
What's that, Mark?
People like to argue delivery.
Right. Delivery does not consummate a sale. The sale's consummated when you put the money down and you sign it. Now, here's the deal. What was he thinking? First of all, his current RV, was he going to trade that in?
No, it's pretty deplorable.
So
it's not.
Oh, okay. It sounds like I just got to jump in here. It sounds like he probably does need a better place to stay. He's in a deplorable RV in your yard.
Yes. So
Okay.
he does, and we have managed to get him into a better situation. But now it's just this $2,500. He's on fixed income.
But he's got a better. I'm sorry, Angel, but he's staying either inside with you guys or in a home now, or what is the better situation? I'm just curious.
We got him another RV. My mother-in-law has one that he is. It's much better. Situation.
Excellent. Excellent. So, Angel, you're not gonna get the $2,500 back. I don't think. It depends on the contract. What did he sign? Did you look at the paperwork?
I did. It's a lot of jargon that is a little bit over my head. I will say, I don't know if this in our view it matters, but tell me, because you had mentioned dementia. He has not been diagnosed with dementia, but he is in stage COPD. I mean, he has, even with
but that doesn't come into play.
Oxygen. Yeah.
That doesn't come into play, really. I mean, his competence is competence. Is he competent or not? That's really, and he knew what he was doing. How did you ask him how he planned to pay for it?
I did. He has some land in Arizona that he's thinking he could just sell to pay for the rest, and I mean, that's a process, right? So the fact that he told them that he could be back with the remaining money, it's like when, he doesn't have the remaining money.
Does the contract say when he has to make that remaining money?
Not that I saw. I'd be happy to copy it and email it to you.
Hey, I'll be glad to take a look at it to see maybe we can spot some imperfections in this contract.
Or maybe we can just ask
didn't
him.
Sign it,
Maybe Deputy.
Just ask for half back or something. Yeah.
Deputy Doc, do you want to call over there and see if you can appeal to their better, I don't know, to their goodwill?
How old is he, Angel?
He was born in 59.
Oh my God, he's a youngster.
65, 66. Yeah.
Yeah. He's not too.
Yeah, he is young by age wise, but like I said, he's in stage COPD. I mean, he can't even with full oxygen on walk 20 feet without needing to stop. He's very disabled in my mind.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
So yeah.
Okay.
I'll give them a call. Maybe they're willing to split the difference,
or do
and we
something.
can get half it back.
Maybe they'll do something.
Anything. Yeah.
All right. I'm Tom Martino,
Okay.
303.
Yeah, that would be. I would appreciate it.
All right, Shannon, do I owe you a 30 break?
Yes, please.
All right, 303-713-8255. Fix It 24/7 will do your sump pump for $49. A complete pulling, servicing, cleaning of it. If you don't even know if you have one, and you do, you're in trouble if it ever gets clogged. FixMyHome.com, book now.
There's a Fix It coming up. You good?
This is
You're the best.
Station with Tom Martino now. Dan Kaplis today at 4, 6:30.
And then Mark
KHOW, Denver.
Roger.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by WhatsApp.
Yeah, we have had an accident on I-70 eastbound at Peoria, left lane. We've had slowdowns all the way back to Quebec. It looks like they may just be clearing that to the shoulder if they haven't already, but a little bit of a delay through there. Pena continues to run a little heavy coming out of the airport. 270's been busy also, both directions out of Commerce City, particularly through Vasquez. And I-25 actually is pretty slow heading down too, and even from the Denver Tech Center up north, south, coming in from the Boulder Turnpike to downtown. Also got some volume to contend with. With traffic, I'm Jonathan Steele.
On WhatsApp, your personal messages stay private. So things like those selfies from last weekend's party stay between you and your bestie. Because on WhatsApp, your personal messages are yours. No one else can see or hear them, not even us. WhatsApp, message privately with everyone.
Let me elaborate on what I told you about Fix It 24/7 and the sump pump. It's $49, and that's a guaranteed no breakdown during the runoff season, the spring rain season. So the sump pump is a very important part of your home. $49, get it completely serviced by Fix It 24/7. For $39, you get your AC done. That's a refurbishment of your AC system. They take it apart to the extent they can and clean each and every component because dirt and debris is the number one killer of AC. And that's $39. For both, go to fixmyhome.com. Book now.
Go direct.
Very nice, thank you.
No middleman. I'm talking about John Clayson, CMG. I don't care if it's a reverse mortgage. They'll save you money from everybody else. It can be a 1530, a traditional mortgage, the all-in-one, which is a 30-year line of credit on your primary residence or even a vacation home. They do every kind of lending you can imagine. They have the best rates out there. Don't be fooled by the other guys. These guys do $2 to $4 billion a month in lending. Check John out at partnerinlending.com. That's partnerinlending.com, 303-882-6679. Anything for you, Shannon.
God, you're like, oh my gosh, like, is anyone old enough for this? Shields and Yarnell.
Yes, I remember.
I have no idea.
I remember
timing
that
was
group.
perfect.
I have no idea.
Rowan
that
and
singing
Martin,
group.
the two of you, your timing was perfect just now. Thank you. Oh crap!
I
better
wish
get
we could
this. It
say
could
that
be a
about your
job.
face.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Okay, now I got to go check out YouTube.
Why?
I'm going to go snipe hunting.
So I think I understand what happened.
What?
I started the stream because I didn't know Tom.
Oh, so we did have two streams? Oh, that's funny as hell. So are we down to one? Did you kill
Yep.
yours?
Yep.
Got it. That's funny.
I'm sorry.
Well,
I didn't know we
sense.
could have two live things at one time, actually.
I didn't know that either. Tom, that was part of the problem with the stream today is that Kelly had the stream going not knowing you were still with us.
Yeah, we had two. She started
She
it.
screwed me up.
Yes, she did it.
Technically, you screwed us up by not letting us know you were going to be here until the last second.
No,
Yeah.
I
If
told
I had
Mark.
to attribute blame,
No,
if I
we're
had
talking
to attribute
literally
blame
like.
to somebody who's not within arm's length of hitting me,
I told
it
Mark.
would be you. Wow.
Kevin.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, now who's on? Am I on the right one? So there's only one.
There's
stream
only
now.
one.
All right.
I was wondering.
And that's why people were commenting on the other one that they couldn't hear anything. Which is interesting, isn't it? Who knew?
Because he was using 5 here. The only thing Kelly can do is use 5. That's just how I set
Understood.
it up.
Well, the only thing otherwise she could do is turn on the audio from the camera. So
Yeah.
wouldn't that be interesting?
There'd be no caller audio.
Correct. It'd just be you guys screaming in the background.
All right, I'm going to go sniping.
Which is interesting. I didn't even think that YouTube could have multiple live channels.
I
on
like
a
the idea
account.
that they can.
But it'd be nice.
Well, it's kind of weird because we didn't know it was happening, and neither did any of our listeners.
See, yeah, it'd always be better to just have the one stream with multiple cameras than it would to have
2 streams.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Don't cross the streams.
Although I could set that up. I'll tell you what would be interesting.
Here we go.
I could set up the laptop here to do one live stream with audio, and then he could do one live stream with audio there.
Yeah.
And it would be, if you joined us in studio, you would see everybody, but you wouldn't see Tom. And then if you saw Tom, you would just see Tom and not everybody else. It'd be 2 different things.
I'm instantly seeing the appeal in not having to see one or more of you.
That was too easy.
I'm just tweaking things, not touching anything.
Personal stuff? Or?
Nipples?
Yeah, nipples.
Tom, I don't think I told you. Miles got his store.
Yeah, I know you did tell me. Or Suze did.
Oh, I didn't know I did.
So where is it?
Okay, that makes sense.
Where is it?
Shadron, Nebraska.
Yeah,
Shadron.
middle of the earth.
It's out there.
That's pretty cool. So will he be there a while?
He's got to be there at least a year and a half, 18 months. Well, that's not true. They can transfer him to a different store, but he can't get transferred to a different store until 18 months on his own.
He can't apply for a transfer.
Yeah, they won't allow it for 18 months.
Well, there's not much out there.
There's nothing out there, brother. So I'm flying from DIA literally into their airport next Saturday.
Into Shadron?
Shadron. It's $89. I've never heard of the
flown
airline.
into there.
So I looked up their safe.
Nice. Hang on. Well, with your own plane. Here you go.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK. Compass Insurance Group, free insurance checkups, 303-996-9000. Make sure you're not paying too much or you're underinsured, 303-996-9000. Theinsurancehelpcenter.com. Okay, so Joyce has a question on brakes. 2015 Jeep Cherokee. Joyce, go ahead.
We have a 2015 Jeep Cherokee Latitude. About 9 months ago, we took it in and had the oil changed. Shortly after that, we started having problems with the brakes. In the morning, we would start the car and the brakes would go within an inch of the floor. Within 3 to 5 minutes, it would correct itself. Last month, it went 2 days by doing that. It still stops, but I don't think it's safe. We took it to the dealership. They said there was oil in the brake lines. They're the only ones that have ever touched the car. So I'd like to know what the symptoms would be of oil in the brake lines, please.
It's exactly what you're experiencing because the motor oil does compress where brake fluid can't compress. That's why it works so well. So if you introduce a different fluid into the brakes, you're going to have a pedal fade. Absolutely.
And it happened right after an oil change?
Okay. Right after an oil change.
She's saying they topped off the brake fluid.
Did they top off?
I don't know if they topped it off. If they did, they could oil
Kevin, what would they have done, Kevin, if they're changing the oil? They wouldn't go near the brakes.
Well, I don't know what services they're doing as far as fluid top-offs because we top off all other fluids, but you should never top the brake fluid off. It's just not necessary.
Well,
so,
how do you know they
flushed.
did? Joyce, did you come right out and ask them what did they do when you brought your vehicle in? Did they say they topped off the brakes?
They said they don't top off any fluids.
Oh. Well, then they couldn't have contaminated it.
Well, she's saying it did not do it at all prior to the service, though.
Okay, what I'm saying is this: if everything is right. If everything is right in the universe and they simply changed your oil, there's no way they contaminated the brake fluid. And you're saying,
Kevin, could it be a master cylinder or something else? Of course, right?
No, the contamination is external, though. It's something.
No. I'm saying the problem she's having, the fading pedal, could it be something else?
Yeah, but she said that she was told somebody has oil in the master.
Oh, I missed that part.
Did they actually,
based on that.
Did they actually test it, Joyce, or are they guessing at it?
I don't know. I've got to take the word for it. They've redone the entire brake system now. So that was a $5,000 bill, and then they
wait
charged us $3,000 to fix it.
How much?
$5,000. They had to replace every brake part in there. All the lines.
You know, Kevin, she was put together here. Kevin, I'm sorry.
That's way overkill.
They took advantage of you, Joyce. You're thinking they're your savior. They took advantage of you.
No, I don't think they're my savior. That's what I'm trying to find out because I want to go to small claims.
$5,000. They did not have to replace every component in your brake system. Kevin, even if it was contaminated, would they have to do that?
I would have flushed it first and just seen what issues may have come from there, but it's overkill.
Joyce, $5,000. Joyce, I'm telling you.
They tried to flush it, and
that they took advantage of you. $5,000 for some contamination. I'm sorry. Did they replace even your brake pads and all of that?
Yes.
Yeah, they put the screws to you. What they saw was someone who was worried about their brakes, and they took advantage of you. And you know what? You can't. And when you said, "Well, I can't prove they didn't contaminate it," then you can't prove a kid didn't come and contaminate it. You can't disprove a negative. They just changed your oil, and your brakes. It might be coincidental, but you can't. First of all, the first shop, no responsibility whatsoever. The second shop put the screws to you. Now, here's the problem. If you go to small claims court, they're going to say, "What are you suing for?" What are you suing for, Joyce? You got what you paid for. You got what you paid for. I got to take a break. We got more coming up.
Thank you.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by YRefi.
Her deal or yours?
Accident on I-70 eastbound at Peoria.
Oh, okay. Sorry, didn't know.
Downs all the way back to Quebec. It looks like they may just be clearing that to the shoulder if they haven't already, but a little bit of a delay.
We miss you for pizza day, you big doof.
I know, damn it.
270's been busy also, both directions out of Commerce City, particularly through Vasquez. And I-25.
You ought to just come in on Friday so we can kiss the ring.
Yes.
Up north, south, coming in from the Boulder Turnpike to downtown.
Just that I can't be around people too much.
We feel the same. Hey, are you doing both of these right now?
Refinances private student loans.
Please.
Okay,
here you go.
And they don't care what your credit score is. Just go to YRefi.com. That's YREFY.com.
There's way more to carpet cleaning than meets the eye. When you get a normal carpet cleaner in your home, they lay down soap and chemicals, and it pollutes your air in your home, and it keeps residue behind. It doesn't lift everything. That's the God's honest truth. Now, when you have zero res in your home, ZeroResDenver.com, they clean and pull out all of that crap, and they pull out the pathogens, the germs, the allergens, and then leave no residue behind. So now the indoor air quality of your home is safer, the carpets are safer, your kids can play on them, your pets, yourself. That is the way you want them done. Your carpets don't just look clean, they are clean. Zero Resified clean. The only one I'll have in my home, and you'll see why when you have them in your home. 303-471-5150, ZeroResDenver.com. Hey, the only way to build wealth is to first have an emergency fund and then get rid of high interest debt. High interest debt is that debt you're paying on credit cards. All of that interest is just wasted. What you can do is pay more of the principal with a smart equity loan. American Financing is helping you put together a smart equity loan. Give them a call. They're partnering with me to get you out of debt. You can pay that part off quicker, and your credit improves immediately. That's AmericanFinancing.net. 303-695-7000.
Fabulous, thank you. Hey, how close is Shadron to the home, the flagship Cabela's?
I don't know, actually.
Is it? It's kind of in that same area. You know what? We'll stop by and see your boy. I'm going to be in Ogallala.
It's 195 miles.
Away to
Sydney?
Really?
Sydney, yeah.
Sydney,
in Sydney, that's right.
I used to make flights to Sydney all the time with friends to go to that flagship. Except that now we have some just as big.
Are they? I didn't know
Yeah,
if
they
maybe
are.
that one there
Yep.
was like twice as big.
Not really. It's not that much bigger.
I mean, I go every year to Lake McConaughey, but one of my favorite years was with Robin Bertolucci and Don Martin.
Yeah.
Wow,
Before
that's
they
going
were
back.
married to each other, they were still married to other people. And we went to Ole's in Paxton, which is like a low rent version of the Buckhorn Exchange.
Yep.
And Eating Rocky Mountain oysters with Robin Bertolucci in Paxton, Nebraska is a nightmare I will never be able to get rid of.
I want Mark to interview Steve.
I shall do it, baby. Look at those little one-seater hot tubs.
It's pretty cool. Isn't that called a bathtub?
I like just we hang out in our hot tub, though. I think it'd be weird to be sitting in a hot tub by yourself. Yeah, it's a fucking bathtub. You're right.
Yeah.
So long as it's got jets pointing in all the right spots, I'm happy.
Mark, are you okay with me emailing the HOA manager for a comment on that paint issue?
Hell yeah, man. Absolutely.
Isn't this an oxymoron in Nebraska National Forest?
Although I did once get infected nipples from a hot
You
tub.
can stop at the Museum of Fur Trade.
What's that?
The Museum
Huh?
of
Oh, you're
Fur
not listening to me? Okay.
Fur trade.
I think infected nipples would get your attention.
Trappers and
Oh, that was a big thing in Shadron.
Shadron, yeah. that's what I'm
In
looking
fact,
at.
I think they actually have a fucking museum of that.
That's what I just said. You can
Oh.
stop
I
at
would
the
go to a
Museum of
fucking
Fur
museum.
Trade.
Is there a fucking museum
Go back to
somewhere?
sleep. We'll call you when it's time to go back home. we'll wake you up at 2:05.
Oh, that's funny as shit.
All right, here you go.
It's on the Crazy Horse.
Go app and see what's trending now.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 703-829-8255. RenewHomeInnovations.com. Remember that name for the most beautiful showers with porcelain. Porcelain sheet showers with no maintenance. RenewHomeInnovations.com. 2 or 3 days, they get it done. And you have months to pay. That's RenewHomeInnovations.com. All right, Mark loves this beer garden. In fact, Mark was out at the beer garden asking me to fly up and drop in. Mark, did you know that Steve is on the line?
A beer garden generally doesn't brew beer. Steve Moss brews all the beer right there at Rock and Roll Brewery. They're doing a cornhole tournament tomorrow. You can go to rockandroll.beer to sign up, but check it out. You get 2 tickets to the racetrack down there, VIP tickets. You get a hat. Steve, what else do you get? I know you get a free beer.
Well, you get the VIP ticket to Colorado National Speedway, good for one race, the 2025 season at Colorado National Speedway. And you'll get entrance to the Rock and Roll Brewery Beer Garden at the track, and you'll get VIP parking. And that's a lot of money right there. And then we're going to give you Famous Dave's catering. It's a complete meal. That's a lot of money right there. The ticket price is $75 each, but most of it's just giving you free stuff. Plus, you get 1 free beer.
Well, and you get to
have
check
a chance
out.
to win some money.
You get to check out one of the coolest little breweries. He just opened up. He's been brewing beer forever, but he just really opened up to the public, the brewery, and it's only open on Saturdays. It's a great time to check it out. And, Steve, you're forgetting this. That cornhole tournament, if someone out there is good at cornhole, there's probably going to be like a $500 prize pool.
It depends how many sign up. Right now, we got a little over 10, I think.
Yep.
And if it fills up, it'll be a $500 first place. Otherwise, it just depends how many.
Got it.
What we're doing to eliminate the pros,
It's going to be mixed. I got to put you on hold, but everybody, rockandroll.beer. Get signed up now. It's tomorrow. You're going to love the place, rockandroll.beer. We got a lot more coming up.
Down. Thanks, Tom.
All right. I'm not leaving yet. I got a few more spots, then I'll leave.
We don't want you to ever leave. Ever.
Towards the end of the third hour or the
We
last
want you to
hour,
be like
Steve,
Joe
I might have
Biden
Kelly
and just
reach out
hang
again.
in there. We'll take care of you.
I'm going to leave in a minute. No, I mean,
Later,
come
Gator.
on. I'm not going to leave right now. I want to do
you
a
can
couple
that.
more.
Call like middle of the last hour. Like
Hey, Mark.
Between
Mark.
1 and 2.
Mark.
He's on the phone with Steve. He's got his headphones on. I'll get him back.
All right, once he gets on, I'll
like
ask him if he can do this. I'll leave.
Little place.
You've been there too?
No, I'm just reading about it. They have The tallest building
What are you talking about?
The tallest building in the county is in Chadron.
What's he talking about, Willis?
By the way, I've been there.
Have you?
And we discussed last week about stealing towels from hotels. I unintentionally stole 2 washcloths from the La Quinta Inn in Chadron, Nebraska.
You still got a wanted poster up there, probably.
You know that he wrote the Tree Farm jingle?
Yeah.
Did you know that, D?
Mm-hmm. Every time I hear his voice, I hear that jingle, and I can't get it out of my head.
Hey, you guys need a jingle.
No, we don't.
Let's compose a jingle for you. How would it go? Okay, I'm gonna come up with some ideas for you, and I'll sing them.
Yo, what?
We're gonna write a jingle for Kevin's job.
Kevin?
Yeah.
I got one.
Okay.
Oh, God.
What?
Nothing. I said, oh, good.
When the clock strikes 6:30, babe, and you're running out of oil.
Oh, God.
The best place to ever stop, Sheridan Auto Tech. I kind of lost the whole rhythm at one point.
Okay, I got one. Totally different rhythm, though.
Go ahead.
Car lifts, shiny and new.
Nice.
Come on in.
We're expecting you. Sheridan Auto Tech.
Soon we'll be turning another red.
Nice. Sheridan Auto Tech.
How about that?
That's gold. That's gold.
Okay.
Do I get a royalty?
A royalty?
Every time it plays.
Every time it plays.
Hey, Mark.
Awesome.
Mark.
Yes.
Can you get the rest of those in-houses worked in, and I'll take off right now.
God, that adds up.
Are you okay?
Yeah, no, I'm getting really tired. Could you do the rest of those?
Yeah, of course.
All right.
Yep.
I'm going to take off now. I'm going to leave everything up and running.
That was very. You're sure you can text me? No problem, dude.
Yeah. Thanks.
Later. Hey, don't kill. Who's doing the feed?
Have a
though?
good weekend. Good long
I'm
weekend.
doing the feed. I'm keeping the feed up. I'll come and kill it at 2.
Still have a good weekend.
All right.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Later, Gator. Me? No. Dude, I gotta really I don't even know how to explain it. I gotta
You can't even eat orally anymore.
I just gotta just be ready for food. I mean, I don't even know how to explain it.
I know what you mean. It's not spontaneous. You got to be hungry.
Yeah.
You lost.
Yeah, it doesn't change any situation.
Yeah, good call.
Best not to talk to her at all, because then she talks back.
Yeah, I can't go number 2 anymore.
Hey, Kelly, try to get him back on. It's Friday. Let's see if we can't get Drew.
Oh,
I'd love to give a Drew update.
God almighty.
We're talking about DC. Give a Jew update. It's not like I did it. Holy crap.
Yet.
What? I would never.
Oh, Lord.
That's what they're white.
Drew.
And he stuck the landing.
Good afternoon, Tom Martino.
Somebody in that White House meeting with the South African president did zoom a camera in on one of his people who was laughing. her
Okay,
head
so off you have an
inside.
issue with the car. What's your first name?
Yeah,
White. Nobody cares about
Okay,
white people.
and
It's
you have
fine.
an issue with a car
Fine.
dealership in Colorado Springs?
my buddy in
Oh, in
Cedar.
Portland.
Yeah.
Got it.
Violet, who was in Liberia.
Okay.
I was saying something about
All right.
Africa.
Hang on for me.
Listen, they're all European. They're all from Europe.
Right.
Talking about us, me.
What a turd.
We're
This this guy, Dave H. He called in last week and dogged me. He's a YouTuber. And I've put him in timeout before because he's a complete asshole. Nothing to do with bitching about me, but just bitching about, like, someone called up that was disabled, and he's like, oh, it's probably their own fault, or whatever the hell it was. He's a schmuck. I got like 8 emails. I forget what time it was. We're driving up to Addie's graduation. There's some guy on. You should call in right now. Yeah, they're like he's being the biggest dick in the world.
A total dick. I didn't know he's on the YouTube.
Of course, he waits till I'm not here. You total douche.
Oh, he was the one who was complaining about you and everything?
Yeah. I didn't get to hear it, but I heard about it in like 8 different emails in 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, like he'll be the last of the Martino show.
Oh, I just got rid of him for fucking good again. He'll sneak back in. He's a little fucking troll. He's the kind of guy that he hates me, but he fucking hangs on every word I have to say. I swear to God.
Yeah, I know people.
He goes to sleep fucking just picturing me. He hears me when he's sleeping. I hope I wake him up at night.
Does he check under his bed for you?
He should. I'm going to do a little recon on him. Wonder where he works. Maybe I'll call up his job when he's not there and rage on him. You know, I think fair is fucking fair. Wasn't it on Seinfeld where he got heckled one day and then he shows up to someone's job and heckles them at work? I'm going to fucking come heckle you, Dave H. If anybody, hey, I know we've got some pretty savvy people out there. If anybody can figure out who he is, please let me know. Or Dave, if you're man enough, email me at help@troubleshooter.com.
I missed it. Did Tom say he was late leaving?
Yes.
Okay.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Welcome, my friends, to the only show of its kind. It's Car Day, and I love Car Day. I got Kevin Culkin with me, Deputy Doc, Deputy Dimitri. Dragon just showed up on the other side. The A-team's here. Kelly answering your phones. Here's what we do. You got any problems whatsoever, you've been ripped off, taken advantage of by a mechanic, of course, because it's Car Day, or a contractor, or a dentist, or an attorney, or you name it. If you got a problem, you need help recouping money. That's why this show is here. The phone number is so simple, 303-MARTINO. That is 303-MARTINO. And you can use that number while we're live on the air. And when we're not here, you can use it as well. You can leave a message. Sometimes we actually answer outside of the show and can help you out right away. Or we'll call you back, generally within 24 hours. You can also email us at help@troubleshooter.com. That's help@troubleshooter.com. But right now I got 3 lines open, 303-713-8255. We have talked a lot today. We talked about a lady in the house paint that got messed up. On top of that, we've had a lot of car questions, including Joanne. She's got a problem with a dealership in Fort Lupton. You know, the first thing I thought, I'm thinking Rolly Purifoy, but he sold years ago. What dealership is it before anything, Joanne? I'd love to know.
Yeah, it's Off-Road Automotive.
Oh, that's the one we just heard about in that RV deal.
Yeah.
We've heard,
one.
actually, this is by far not the first call on this one, nor the RV one. This is curious, and I'm going to look it up on the database that we keep a little bit from now. But I remember another one, although...
The big pickup truck with cats that needed to be replaced, is that one you're thinking?
I think they helped them out. But what's going on, Joanne?
I just tried to call them, by the way.
Nothing.
Okay.
Well, no.
I bought a car there, I
You're coming in and out, Joanne. Joanne, I don't hear you at all. I'm going to put you on hold. Kelly, see if you can figure it out. I think she's calling from a bad cell area. You called them up, though, over the RV deal? And what?
I did.
Did you
And
talk to him or what?
I talked to somebody, and they were going to give me connect me to the owner, whose name is Adam.
Yeah.
And the phone got disconnected. So then when I called back, they said Adam's not there, and I'm going to try him again a little bit later.
I'm almost sure
after the
Adam
show.
came on, and I thought he took care of. I'm trying to find a picture of the place. Here it is right here on Google. I'm not positive, but I'll be able to look it up. Generally, I just ask Suzanne, and she can look it up in less than a second. But I know we've had another issue, and I really did think they came through on it, and I'm hoping we can help her out when she's in a good cell area. But 303-713-8255. Kevin Calkin, I wanted to ask you something, man. We have so many calls on people that buy a car, and I assume that's where she was going, and they don't have it checked out. We all know that's a huge problem.
Yep.
And people do it all the time. If you show up to a lot and they do not allow you to inspect it, simply don't buy it.
Walk. Yep.
Well, you have to, because why else wouldn't they let you look at it?
Exactly.
So, when you do a pre-purchase, or if anybody listening to this on the podcast in another state or an area far from you, what are the important things to get checked out? I mean, give us a little bit of detail. I mean, of course, like tire tread and turn the engine on, but should you get a compression check? Give us an idea of what to do.
You don't really need compression so much anymore because the computers can pick up on misfires and things with low compression. So I would recommend compression if you have a misfire, obviously. We start with computer analysis. Check for codes. See if the computer's just been recently reset.
Oh, because that's a big...
that's a big, they got codes. They don't want you to see it. So before you come pick it up, they clear. So if the monitors have not reset, that indicates that this computer has been reset, and I would fail it just for that.
Can you actually reset the computer to where you don't know if it's been reset or deleted codes?
No, because when you reset it, it resets what they call the monitors. And each car has a different drive pattern it needs to go through for the monitors to come back live again.
Got it.
So if you get in on the scanner, you say monitors have not reset, that's an indication that somebody just cleared.
Oh, wow. Yeah. What else do you check? What do you eyeball?
Leaks are the biggest thing.
So get it up on a lift.
Get it up on a lift, look around, see if it's obviously been wrecked. Different things. After a test drive, it goes up on the air. So we want to see if it's pulling, shaking, wiggling, noises.
Should you get an alignment check just to make sure it's straight?
We just do a shakedown. We look at the tire wear. But no, we don't do an alignment as a checkout.
No, but I mean alignment check, no.
Sure, no. You can tell from the tires and the way it runs.
And then, of course, you're looking at tires. That's a no-brainer.
Yep.
How about the interior? I mean, do you guys even get to the point where you're making sure, the air conditioner works?
No, that's not interior. That's all part of the checkout. Heater, air conditioning, everything.
So you actually hook up the
No, we just visually, turn it on, check to see if the vents change, because so many cars...
temperature
drops, does the defrost come on, come off, the heat, the floor, everything in the heater. It's expensive. You get in and you need to replace actuators, it's $1,000 on some of these.
Oh, man, if you needed a compressor or something on the AC, it'd be crazy. So, you're right. How about power locks, doors? You check all that?
All that, everything. We got a long list of tech. I have one specific tech who does it.
And that's what he does.
That's what he does.
What do you guys? What should a company charge for it? What do you charge? What's successful?
We keep it cheap. We keep it at $120.
And that checks the whole thing out.
Yep.
And then if you do find something, well, you're always going to find something. Well, maybe not always, but generally. Mm-hmm. And then you give them a report.
Give them a report so they can go back and either negotiate the price.
Because you're going to tell them how much it is. Like, hey, that AC's not working because of this.
Yep.
If you turn on the AC, though, and the AC's not working, you go back out to them and say, well, you definitely have a problem with the AC. Mm-hmm. We can dig into it more.
Exactly.
But that's going to cost money.
Exactly. We can't check.
But if it's simply not working, you're going to be able to tell them that.
We'll give them a window. You got anywhere between $100 and $2,000 to fix the AC.
That's pretty cool. All right, 303-713-8255. Hey, Kelly, is Violet on 2 or 1? I see 2 lines, 1 name. I'm not sure what to go to. And I will just go to this line. Who's this? You're on the air.
This is Joanne.
Hey, Joanne, go ahead.
I bought a car at Off-Road Automotive in Fort Lupton.
Oh, yeah, you got a better connection
January.
now. Yep, go ahead. You bought it at Off-Road Automotive, Fort Lupton. How long ago did you buy it, Joanne?
Last January, a year ago.
What is it?
And then
Joanne,
in
two
October
things.
last year.
Joanne,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, two things. You said a year ago. January being 6 months ago or January being 18 months ago?
18 months ago.
Okay, so and what kind of car was it?
It was a 2010 Toyota Camry hybrid.
Got it. And what's going on with it 18 months after you bought it?
Okay, well, after I bought it in January of 2024, in October 2024, the whole car just started shaking. My grandson said, "Grandma, why are you shaking the car?" I said, "I'm not shaking it. I'm just driving." And the whole engine felt like it was going to fall apart.
Oh, my God.
So I stopped it. I called the off-road. I called the mechanic, Ismael. That's his name, the mechanic. I said, "I don't know what's going on with my car. Can you come and check it?" So he came and checked it. He started it, and he drove it off. He said, "Oh, yeah, something's wrong." So he drove it to the shop. And then I had a 2-year extended warranty for the engine and the transmission.
Hey, Joanne, hold on. Slow down. I just want to make sure I get all this. This all happened with this shaking and you calling him when? What month was that in 2024?
October.
Okay, so not very long ago. And then what?
Right. And then they had my car October. I made my payment October, November, December, January. And he still had my car. I said, "Well, what's going on with my car?" He said, "Well, the warranty is not going to pay for this. You need to pay money out of your pocket."
What was the diagnosis?
I said, "I don't have money."
What was the diagnosis?
He doesn't even know. I have no clue what the diagnosis.
Well, then
was.
how does he know, Joanne? That makes zero sense, and that might be what he told you. But if he doesn't know what's wrong, how would he know that it was denied?
Right. Yeah. Exactly. But he just wants money out of my pocket. Yeah. It's just.
So when did he tell you this? I assume this was in October.
October, November, December. I've been.
Where's the car now?
Well, there was that off-road. They were supposed to fix it. They didn't fix it, so I had the tow truck tow it to Brian to Christian Auto.
Christian Brothers. Yeah, go ahead. What did Christian
Automotive.
Brothers say?
Okay. Yeah, and then Scott called me back from there, and he said, "Joanne, I can't work on your car. Your engine has one bolt on it, and there's no transmission in there."
Well, wait a minute. Whoa.
Oh.
So you never saw the vehicle because you had it towed from Off-Road Automotive over to Christian Brothers, and they're telling you literally the engine is barely being held in and the transmission is gone.
Correct.
Well, okay. This sounds crazy. Now, did you warn them a tow truck was coming? Is it possible they were working on it? I mean, where are we at here?
Yeah, he wasn't. I said, "Can I take the?" He said, "You can pick up your vehicle and have it take somebody else to work on it that'll offer your." I said, "I'll take it somewhere that'll offer my warranty." And then not Christian Brothers.
Hey, what kind of? Let's
before
I start discussing Off-Road Automotive, a couple things. One, is it still at Christian Brothers right now?
No, they just had it towed to. I paid his parking ticket, a $60 parking ticket, and then Brighton Police Department just notified me that it got towed to 38th and Federal, I believe.
So, help me out here. So, why did it get towed? Did Christian? Hold on, Joanne.
I don't know.
Why did it get towed?
I don't know who towed it. I'm not sure. I haven't talked to the officer.
The last place it was Christian Brothers, right?
Right.
So, wouldn't logic tell you that they had it towed?
I'm sure they did.
Because it was probably because you didn't approve their work. Did they try to get, well, how would they even get warranty work? I mean, at this point, if I was a warranty company, I would void the claim anyhow. There's no damn transmission in the car. I mean, of course you would. You can't even figure it out. So have you called back? Let's talk logically now. Have you called back Off-Road Automotive and asked where the transmission is or why your car was this torn apart?
Yeah, I asked him, I'm going to have my car back towed over there, and you put my transmission and my engine back, and I could take it to somebody that'll honor the warranty. And he said, I'll charge you to put your stuff back in.
We got to get their side to this story. This whole thing is really crazy. And honestly, I'm not so sure. Joanne, you did everything wrong. I don't even know what they owed you. Do you have a copy, real quick, do you have a copy of that warranty?
I do.
Okay, hold on. Kelly, I want a copy of that warranty sent over, something that we can actually read. I'm wondering, I don't even think the warranty matters at this point.
Now, where's the car?
The car has been towed to some yard where she's going to owe money on it. I mean, simple as
Joanne,
that.
where's the car
she
now?
Doesn't know. I
Oh,
already
you don't
asked her
know?
that. No, she doesn't know. Christian Brothers, I'm sure, had it picked up because it probably sat there for a month and they don't want it there. So I got no problem with that because she should have moved it, but she didn't. She should have had it towed soon as they said, hey, there's nothing we can do. There's no transmission in this car. And there truly isn't. And if she didn't come pick it up or get it towed, I would have towed it too. But everybody hold tight. We're going to get to the bottom with that. And then we've got another issue with an auto sale. This is nuts.
My transmission's missing.
Absolutely. What's your...
I think the warranty was no, it doesn't even matter what the warranty is. At this point, any warranty company is going to deny the hell out of it.
But it sat there for 3 or 4 months.
Fuller. You know, that guaranteed income's a big deal. I know people are going, oh, I've heard about annuities. Everybody has them. The guys over, Joseph and Jordan Keano, I've known these guys for a very long time. They're going to put you in the right product. But here's really what it is. It's guaranteed money. I hope you're younger right now, around 50, or even younger. You know, you realize you can put 100,000 in there. And that will just grow till you retire. Then you get guaranteed income till the day you die. Let's say you're 40, you put it in till you're 65, and then pull the trigger. It's probably going to be higher than your Social Security check or your para or your pension, whatever. You're going to have all those checks rolling in till the day you die. Then if there is a problem and you need help getting around the house, it'll kick in the long-term care benefits, which are double whatever that price is. And if you're sick and tired of seeing the stock market fluctuate and you're a lot closer to retirement, you can do like what Deputy Doc did, and you can get an annuity that's almost instant. Give these guys a call. Go to mymoneymyway.com. That's mymoneymyway.com. Fix it 24/7. Talk about a good deal. I'm going to hammer this because if you have not checked or had your sump pump cleaned in years, you need to do it, and they got a $49 check to do it. Of course, the reason they do it is they want to come introduce their great techs, tell you about all their HVAC and electrical services and their plumbing and their drain cleaning, but they're going to tear it apart, clean it, make sure it's in good shape, put a no breakdown guarantee on that sump pump, and all for $49. Even existing customers. If you have a basement, you probably have a sump pump. If you haven't checked it in years, you're crazy. If anything, pour some water down there and make sure it works. If you're not going to call these guys, I mean that. You don't want your basement flooded. But for $49, they'll do it. FixMyHome.com. That's FixMyHome.com. John Fuller, Fuller Law. Man, John got us every single penny twice that the at-fault driver had in insurance. Every penny, maximum benefits, and he did it twice. And what I loved about dealing with John Fuller when it comes to personal injury, he gives you his cell phone. You're always going to deal with him. He's got a great staff, don't get me wrong, and they help out. But anytime you want to talk to John, he's going to be there to talk to you. Give John a call at 303-597-4500. Any questions at all about being hurt in an accident, 303-597-4500.
I can't tell number 2 anymore.
The last communication we've ever had.
What was that?
They can't number 2 anymore.
Do they really? Let me go to him right now. What is it, BBB Denver?
I just Googled them.
BBB Denver. Off-road what? And it's definitely the one in complaints.
What does it mean?
Where do you see 7 complaints last 3 years? Where I don't see the. Oh, it's because that's because I'm under complaints. Hold on. Where's the F? I don't see it. Oh, here it is. Wow.
Yeah. You got to work hard to do that.
You know, you're right. You do got to work hard. We had a guy. That's a great. Yeah, you can be in federal prison and have an A+. I'm going to read the complaints. Hey, Kelly.
Yes.
Kelly. Try to get Off-Road Automotive on, please. Please try to get Off-Road Automotive on. I think the guy's come on before. Tell them we've had 2 calls now in one day. We really want to hear their side of the story.
His name is Adam Landkammer.
Yeah, tell him, say, I think Adam's come on before and he did a great job. I could be mixing that up with somebody else, but I really thought so. Here's one they haven't delivered a title. Oh, my God, they didn't pay the trade-in off? Which one was that? What's the name on it? No, these people, that's big. The dealer board needs to be involved in that really quick.
Good afternoon, Tom Martino Show.
Wow.
Okay. Hang on for me, and we'll try to help you out as best we can. Okay?
Wow.
Okay.
These guys, not good. Hey, Dragon, did she hear me about...
Off-road. Off-road.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Kelly?
Yes?
You're doing an excellent job.
Is she?
She knows what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yes, she is.
Excellent.
Now, you, on the other hand?
Mediocre at best.
Mediocre. Thank you.
I'm only here because Kev bought pizza.
I cannot believe my child is now in a fucking town of 5,000 people.
From the Trajan Wealth K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com.
All right, 303-713-8255, 303 Martino. You know, during the break, Kevin pointed out something about Off-Road Automotive, but I'm going to go back to that call because Kelly is going to try to reach out to who we believe is the owner, Adam. And before I start talking about their BBB stuff and other stuff, I want to give them an opportunity to come on. So I want you to hold on, Joanne. You just hold on right there. I do want to give them an opportunity to come on and talk about this. But the bottom line is, really, you bought it. You bought the warranty on it. No, you know what? I don't care what happened here. You did. You bought it. You bought it with the warranty. Now it doesn't even have a transmission in it. I mean, that's absolutely insane. I don't even know what good I can say. Usually I would be going, Joanne, you bought it as is. But first of all, you didn't. You bought it with a warranty. Now, that warranty might have only covered the powertrain, but that still doesn't matter because at this point, there's no transmission in it. It's absolutely the craziest call ever. In fact, Joanne, I just want to go over a few things real quick, but I'm not going to, I don't want to dig into the off-road automotive side. I want to understand the chain of events. You bought it last year, 18 months ago, in October, you had a problem. But you did buy a 2-year warranty with the vehicle that had how many miles on it? It should have been covered, right? That's your contention, at least.
Correct.
Okay, so You bring it back to them. They told you bring it back in. We'll look at it and fix it. And then they said the warranty company will not cover it, right?
They did some motor mounts or something. They didn't even need motor mounts.
Well, wait a minute. Joanne, though, that's an important part. When it's shaking like that, the first thing I would think about is motor mounts. Kevin?
Right.
Yeah, definitely. That could cause vibrations, all kinds of problems.
And listen, Joanne, here's what I'm trying to say. If your warranty...
And then you fix the motor mounts, still shaking.
Joanne, listen to me.
Yeah.
If it needed motor mounts, that warranty might have been a powertrain warranty only. So therefore, the warranty company wouldn't have covered the motor mounts. That would have been money you had to pay out of pocket. Did they actually put the motor mounts in?
I believe so, yes.
Did that fix it, or you don't know?
He said the mechanic said no, it was still shaking, doing the same thing.
Okay, so it still had some kind of problem after the motor mounts. That makes sense because at that point, at some time, Kevin, they removed the transmission.
Which makes no sense. I don't know why they take the transmission out.
Well, didn't you say didn't the new company that got it, Christian Brothers, didn't they say there was only like 1 or 2 bolts keeping the engine in?
Yes, and there's no transmission in there.
And there's no transmission. Maybe Kevin, what? It truly makes no sense.
None at all.
It truly makes no sense. Kelly, try to get them on because I got to be honest. I mean, my head's ready to explode.
How long was it at Christian Brothers before it was towed?
Yeah, well, okay, that's an entirely different question, but go ahead. Joanne, how long was it there at Christian Brothers? They must have called you up and said there's no transmission pretty damn quick.
Correct, yeah, they can't even work on it. He called me back within 5 minutes.
And did he say, hey, get it towed out of here or whatever, right? He said, come pick it up. Okay, perfect.
I had to pay $150 to get it towed. And then I had to pay a parking ticket on top of that.
Wait, Joanne, you just totally lost me. So when you had it towed from Christian Brothers, where did you tow it?
No. It was still there. I hadn't had it towed.
Then where's this parking ticket?
From the city of Brighton. I paid it.
Hold on, Joanne.
At the city of Brighton.
Joanne, hold on.
Yeah.
It gets towed over with no transmission to Christian Brothers. They call you up and say, there's nothing we can do, there's no transmission. What's the next thing that happened?
It stayed parked, but he said they couldn't work on my car, so then I was like, shit, now I don't have no money to get it back towed in here.
You good?
You know?
All right. You got to watch your language. Listen, I'm going to put you on hold for a second. Kelly is talking apparently to someone over there. I'm going to put her on hold. But it's like 2 different problems with her. I don't even know where the car is at this point.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was towed because she had outstanding parking tickets.
Well, did Christian Brothers push it in the street? I mean, how did it get a parking ticket?
She literally said she paid $150 for
to
a tow.
get it towed to Christian Brothers.
I think she was talking about afterwards, but we're going to find out. Hey, Violet, what's going on with you?
Yes, we just, a friend just sold our vehicle. I'm the widow of a 20-year Air Force veteran.
Oh, I am so sorry, Violet.
Thank you. Thank you for taking my call, Mark.
So how long ago did your husband pass?
8 months ago, but I've been dealing with a lot of things.
Oh, I'm sure you have, but we're going to kind of stick to the car issue you're having right now. So he passed 8 months ago, and you didn't need that car anymore, so you had someone help.
Yes, I stopped driving many years ago. My husband always just got in the driver's seat.
And who sold the car?
Who did?
Did you sell the car?
A friend. No, sir. A friend did it for me. He is a VA volunteer.
Okay, so he sold the car. So what is the problem with this car sale?
Well, I don't know. The friend just texted me a while ago. He said he's very busy today and he can't really. He just told me don't do anything, and I said, well, you've helped me before.
Hey, Violet, help me out. Help me out just a couple quick questions, and I'm going to come back to you because I got to take this break. But where is the car now? Is it in your possession or this person has it? Where is it?
It's in the buyer's possession.
And
He
who
bought
is-
it last week?
Did you get paid for it?
Yes, my friend did, and then he deposited the account in my a bank account.
Okay, so you got
So I
the
have
amount.
all
How much is it out of curiosity?
the amount. Here's my friend. He said, "Okay, can I just
You going to put him on?
message?" No, he didn't give me permission to do that.
Okay, hold on a second. I'm getting very concerned. Let me put you on hold. I'm getting very concerned. Everybody hold tight.
But she got the money for the sale, right?
I don't know. I think he's telling her she did.
And the fact that he don't want to come.
Wait.
No making fun of me.
You dip your spicy celery into water, cool it down.
Stop it.
Reno. You know, Reno, I haven't been there in, God. Talib and I took a road trip there 100 years ago.
It's a weird little place.
Yeah, we didn't. We just went through there. We were going to someplace in California.
I have an update on off-road automotive when you have
Excellent.
time.
On both?
You missed dealer.
RedRocksRS.com. That's Red Rocks Roof and Solar. Brooke was in this week.
Color.
Man, does she know what she's doing
So
when it
did
comes
the-
to solar.
did
They can
Joanne
repair
cuss?
old
I
systems
kinda heard
that
it in the
you bought and the company went out of business. And in the solar world, that
third
happens
one of
all
the
the
day.
time. Everybody that she deals with works for her, which I like. Her salespeople, her installation, her repair people, anything, commercial, residential. When it comes to solar, they've got great pricing and can help you out. In fact, if you got a panel that's broke and it's still under manufacturer's warranty, she'll help you out with that. There's another thing they can do. They can add a generator, a full off-grid system. They can add a battery backup to an existing system. When it comes to solar, they're the best. And there's some grant money out there where some commercial projects she can get paid for 100%. RedRocksRS.com. That's RedRocksRS.com. Wow, that's this poor woman. We got to get to the bottom of that. And I don't want to hear the update till we're on air.
No, I'll tell
Did you talk to him?
I won't tell you.
You bastard. Don't tell me till we're on air. Did you talk to him?
Who?
Yeah, who?
Who? Talk to who?
Okay, so everybody listening, this gas app, on YouTube they probably can't hear it, but you've heard the commercial for the gas app. Hey, why did she drop off? Do we have her info? That better not be somebody listening on air and told her to hang up. That's really weird that woman dropped off. Really weird.
Who, Violet?
Yes.
I'll call her if Kelly has the phone number.
Do we have her phone number, Kelly?
I don't have it.
I'm going to talk to her directly on air.
I'll go with her to her bank to see if there was a deposit. I'll meet her at her bank.
The issue is yet.
I think
By the
issue
way,
is she
Yeah.
just to,
didn't
oh
get
wait,
paid
this
for
could
that
be
car.
her. This could
I
be her.
hope so. I am very concerned for her.
I'll go to
Tom
the bank.
Martino Show. This is Kelly. Oh, so it's Rock and Roll Brewery.
Damn it.
Uh-huh.
Damn it.
And you can go to rockandroll.beer.
Rockandroll.beer. Rockandroll.beer.
You'd have to go to the website.
Yeah, that's how you sign up. Rockandroll.beer.
Yes, they have events every week.
I got water. I'm good.
Mark, you want anything?
No.
I do.
Doc?
I'm good.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, my son, that is so
Okay,
funny.
no
He's so
problem.
happy.
Thank you.
I'll bet.
Okay, bye.
Oh, that's so cool.
So he just got moved
They put a big picture of you up on this customer service.
He just got moved again?
Yeah, he got his own store.
Nice. You got to be like a millionaire living in Chadron.
He is. The guy, the store manager that got moved before him was like 310. I was like 310,000 a year in Chadron.
Whoa,
like
that's like
literally.
$1 million in Denver.
There's like, yeah, I mean like.
Yeah, your grocery bill is like $18 a month over there.
You can write a check for a house.
Oh yeah.
He probably just steals all his groceries from
There
Walmart.
are so many homes, literally, for 125,000, it would blow your brains
Looking
out.
at them now, 47 acres with trees, 285 grand.
It's crazy, man.
By the way, real quick, so
No, you're not.
Drew is
There used to be.
And a Walmart. Maybe I'll get an employee discount at the Walmart.
Hello, Mark.
He just had a meeting with all his coaches and stuff on Zoom or whatever they
He's
use.
just ignoring me.
Like Walmart coaches, like career coaches.
Which
Yeah, no. So, no, the opposite. So, at Walmart, you got store manager, then store lead. That's what he's been forever. Then you have coaches. Then you have, like, department leads. Then you have associates. They're all associates.
They should have coaching for store managers, too.
Oh, they do.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Look at that, 47 acres. Yeah.
Dude, it's ridiculous. The most expensive house I saw there was like $900,000. And it's been on the market for like 4 years.
Funny you said that. It popped up as soon as you said it.
off-road, Adam has a
Has a what?
an inbox. The mailbox is full.
Oh, tell me on air though.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to ask you.
And then
Did they try to put? I'll ask you on air.
Yeah. Okay. And then Drew is also he doesn't have a mailbox set up.
Damn it.
Not surprised.
Every time I hear that, you texted me, stop by and see.
I can't go number 2 anymore.
Yeah, I can't go number 2 anymore.
I can't go number 2 anymore. I finally went number 2.
An iHeart radio station.
All right, 303-713-8255. What was that lady's name, Kelly, we were just talking to? Someone.
Violet.
Hey, Violet, listen, you dropped off, and I'm very nervous for you. It's apparent you listen to the show. I want you to call back. If you want to talk off the air, I'm going to have no problem like that. What I'm afraid of is you got a text from somebody or communication from somebody that has something to do with this car, and they told you not to talk on the air. I don't care what anybody told you. You listen to me. You trust me. I know that. I could tell that in your voice. You need to call us back. If you don't want to come on the air, I have no problem with that. I will help you off the air, but I need you to call back because I have a very bad feeling of what's going on. In fact, it might even be to the point I'm worried about your safety. I need you to call back, okay? I'm trying to get through to you. I know you listen. And if anybody knows her by any chance, a neighbor, or if she happens to be in a home or something, please let us know.
She has a person that is with her that is power of attorney that was there and was not willing to come on air on her behalf.
How do we know it was someone that was power of attorney?
Because she told me that.
Well, okay. I don't know what she knows.
Exactly.
I find it very strange what just happened. So I'm going to say this then. I'm sure she's still listening. If there is truly a power of attorney there, please call back. You don't have to come on the air, but I am truly worried about her. So I would love for you to call. You do not have to come on the air. Call the 303 Martino right now, please, and just give Kelly some real basic information and let her talk to Violet real quick and make sure everything's cool, or I'll do it. I do not like what just happened on any level whatsoever. Now, we're going to go back to Joanne with the issue with Off-Road Automotive. Somehow her car now has no transmission. There's other issues about towing and stuff I quite frankly don't care about. Now, You tried to reach out to Off-Road Automotive and the owner, Adam, or the GM, Adam. Kelly, what happened?
Yeah, so I talked to Ricardo. He's in the sales department. He passed me on, and unfortunately, I was unable to leave a voicemail because the voice mailbox was full.
Did it say at least, hello, I'm Adam, or what did it say?
No.
Nothing.
It was an automated
Do me a
message.
favor and put up their telephone number under the notes there, the one that you called that we know is correct. And then you had an update on another call we got today, I assume, on Off-Road Automotive.
Yeah, I've been researching the matter of Off-Road Automotive and Adam Lankember because of the 2 calls we got on them today.
2 calls in one day, folks.
Yeah, within about an hour. And last month they filed for bankruptcy.
Oh, crap.
Both Off-Road Automotive and Adam, which, as you know, usually happens in pairs.
So they're in
April 21st. They're in the U.S. bankruptcy
court. Are they
court
in Chapter 11?
Chapter 11.
So here's the deal. Let me go back to this is crazy. So Joanne, I'm going to give you. You're actually in a better place than you were a minute ago. Now everybody out there is going, "How's that possible?" Right? I mean, even you, Dimitri, you're probably saying that.
I'm wondering, how is that possible?
I'll tell you how that's possible. There's a trustee involved now. This trustee is going to help you. If you don't get notification, you're going to notify the trustee. Do you have the trustee's info, Dimitri?
Yeah, and right now, no individual has been appointed. It just says U.S. trustee at the Byron G. Rogers Federal Building.
So you should. We're going to help you and follow you along with just Joanne. The problem is what they owe you at this point is a transmission. I don't know what this warranty is. Did you send us over the warranty information?
I am right now.
Yeah, you don't have to do it right now, but we need to get it. I'm going to put Dimitri on this case because he's working. I want you on the both, the RV and this one. The RV one, I see nothing happening. I mean, they bought it, they signed the paperwork. I just see nothing happening there. I mean, if they want to do something nice, they can't. Now that they're in Chapter 11, they can't appease one person and not another person. But with your case, Joanne, we're going to find the trustee's information, and we're going to help you talk to the trustee about what's going on, because it could be fraud in your case, meaning you could be outside of the bankruptcy. You could actually be in line first because you're missing a transmission. You brought the car there, and they literally took your transmission. That's like not normal under any scenario. So we're going to just kind of monitor this. I'm going to grab all your information. You're going to send over that warranty. The other thing is, Dimitri, if it truly is a warranty at this point, I don't know if Adam and the gang at Off-Road Automotive sold her a piece of paper like an in-house warranty that just means nothing, or if it's possibly a warranty that Kevin could look at, and if we do get the transmission back, maybe get something going, but I highly doubt it.
Would it be worth filing a police report, though, for missing parts off your car?
That is crazy. I didn't even think of that. Did you?
I would be tempted.
I would be tempted, too, just to have that paperwork for the trustee,
Even if the car is currently missing?
Well, the car's not here either.
Where is the car now, Joanne? That's problem number 2.
You know, it would be a good question for Christian Automotive.
The officer said they towed it on 38th and Federal. That's the only thing, the message that he left me.
How much do you owe on this car?
Not even $3,000. I paid over $5,000 already.
Oh, man.
What was the time frame, though? I'm still confused. How long was it at Christian Brothers?
To get this car, and yeah.
I guess I am going to jump down that rabbit hole because you know what?
Because they have responsibility for that car. If it was towed away by their negligence, that's a whole other story.
Yeah, so help us with the tow. You just say they towed it, right? But I also heard you say you paid $150 to tow it.
No, she says it was a ticket.
Go ahead, Joanne. What happened?
I got to pay $50 parking ticket.
For what?
The city of Brighton.
For what?
For just being behind the Christian Brothers store.
So Christian Brothers moved it from their parking lot to another parking lot?
Just out on the street, of their shop, I guess.
Okay, hold on. They pushed it out onto the street. I get that. How long was it there? Yeah. And how many times did they... Yeah, how long was it there?
I want to say a month or so, over a month.
I think they can push it out on the street, Kevin. Well, what's the rules, man?
No, they're
They tell her
responsible
to come
for
get it 10 times.
Either their storage or towing or whatever, but you can't dispose of it on a public street.
It can stay there forever?
They can tow it as abandoned, and then the tow company will notify her. But if she has no notification, it's parked on the street.
That could be hers. I mean, I don't know.
There's a liability with the shop. They can't just dispose of a car because it's in their way.
I don't know if that's correct. After, like,
you call a tow company and you do it properly. You don't push it out on a public street.
well, if
call
it's
Chris.
there 6 months, what
Well,
do
I
you
can't
do?
push your car out on Colfax and make it go away.
Wait. So literally, if you come park at my house, and there's no transmission in your car, I can't push it out in the street.
Nope.
Because that's exactly what I do.
You need to call a tow truck.
And what happens if I do push it out in the street?
You're liable for what happens to it.
There's no way, Jack. There's no way. Who can we ask about that? Who the hell? I don't even know what attorney we
You
can
don't
ask
think
about
Kevin
that.
knows what he's talking about?
Not on this, I don't.
I trust
Not
Kevin.
on this, I don't. Okay, I'll tell you straight up, Kevin. You know how many cars I pushed out onto the street
I'm not
in
saying
my
you
10
can't.
years
I'm not
at
saying you
Goodyear?
can't do it. I'm saying it's not legal. You are liable for the vehicle unless you can account for it.
Oh my!
So that's why you have
I
a tow
totally-
company. You have
Okay.
signs, and you tow the car
First of
away
all-
as abandoned.
First of all, I'm going to throw this at you. This might change your entire mind. You ready for your mind to explode? Watch his head. Watch the smoke start coming
I'm
out of his
watching.
ears. She had it towed there. She probably never signed anything. They might have not even accepted the damn vehicle, seeing there's no transmission. They might have not even known the vehicle was showing up.
Well, they said it had no transmission, so they saw something.
All right, we got to take a break. Hold on. We're gonna. I don't even know who would we call on this. I mean, I don't even know. Hold on.
I should get my legal beagle on it over here.
I know that woman who's the lemon law attorney in Lakewood.
Oh, no, she'd know that.
Hey, Mark, I have a question.
There's no doubt if you push it out in the street, the county or the city's going to tow it.
I understand.
You want me to, I spoke to Angel. She's the one who started the off-road.
Yes.
You want me to tell her there's nothing we can do because
They're in bankruptcy.
They're in bankruptcy?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell her that.
I wonder, did they do a buy here, pay there?
Excuse me?
Did they go through a finance company or was it buy here, pay here?
She's the one who just put down the $2,500.
Yeah, but who do they owe the money to?
Oh, I'll find out.
If it's a finance company, they're going to end up owing the money. But if it was a buy here, pay here, that would be interesting. Restore your hair. You know what I like about these guys? Think about it. They can save you $21,000, maybe even more. And it's called recoveryourhair.com. The founder, Nick Turner, was shopping around and basically wanted to get a hair transplant, but he wasn't going to lay out $29,000. He heard of this guy, Dr. Nuri, from a buddy that used him. You fly down to Turkey, and listen to this, Istanbul. You fly there, you get it done, and you come back, and it's like $7,000 compared to $30,000. And that includes the trip itself. In fact, he calls it a mini vacation, an added bonus. The staff, he said, was professional. The aftercare has been world class. And, of course, the product itself, his hair looks great. That's a pretty big, important part of it, too. But he decided to start recoveryourhair.com because he saved so much money. He can put the whole thing together for you. He can tell you all about his journey. Give him a call at 970-534-0676 or check him out, recoveryourhair.com. Fix it 24/7. I talk about them almost every break some days. This sump pump deal they got going on right now is crazy. $49. If you have a sump pump, you haven't had it checked out, give them a call. They're going to clean it, lubricate it, depending on the kind it is, and make sure it operates. Make sure when all the water starts and the hail melting and everything else we deal with in Colorado starts, that you're not going to flood your basement. And if you have a basement, you probably have a sump pump. And if you're not going to call them, I'm going to tell you this, at least take a bucket of water like I do each year, pour it down there, and make sure your sump pump at least kicks on and it's coming out. Make sure you're not going to flood. But if you want the best deal, $49, fixmyhome.com. Fixmyhome.com. Is she happen to be talking to Violet?
Yep.
Thank God. Everything is cool, it sounds like.
Give me a call, Christian.
Okay, I'll call her off air. Am I the only one that started going, this whole thing sounds crazy?
Yeah,
the whole thing smells
like that.
Okay.
She didn't know what was happening.
That was my only thing.
Yeah.
And then when she said, well, I did get paid, and I'm going, why are you calling? I think I got paid. Then she's like, oh, let me read you something. And I'm like, she's going to read a text?
Give me a call, Christian Brothers. Find out what happened to the car and where is it now.
You know what? Why not? Yeah, why not? Let's do that.
So
I'm just saying there's a proper way of doing it, and pushing it in the street is not.
I think so.
And even regardless
First of all, maybe they didn't put. If I was Christian Brothers,
if it got a ticket, it was moved onto the public.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean it was Christian Brothers. I mean, I've had people appear at my shop and push junkers into the street.
Without transmissions.
I don't know, without transmissions.
Yeah, they brought their own jack and tow truck to put it out in the street.
That's what I said. I said, Your Honor.
It's the craziest thing. I showed
And
up
there's a Pizza Hut next door.
Must have been an earthquake. It vibrated on, or something. But the whole purpose of towing it is that the police are contacted. The tower has to contact the owner within 24 hours, blah, blah, blah. So it doesn't go a month like this.
I don't know.
You're responsible for the car. You accept that thing on a tow truck.
Yeah, but I mean,
responsibility.
no, the tow truck could have just showed up and dumped it in the middle of the night. Someone reported it didn't have a transmission.
Can we get Joanne's phone number so I can call her?
Which one?
The Christian Brothers missing transmission.
Hey, get Kelly or Dragon. Have Kelly get Joanne's phone number. Dimitri wants to call.
I'll call her immediately to get the Christian Brothers. Like which Christian Brothers?
Well, it was towed in Brighton or what?
The ticket. She says the ticket was in Brighton.
Yeah. So
but I need to get her first and last name.
The ticket would have been where the car was.
We don't know if she even knows that correctly. Okay. I mean, you heard the lady.
Yeah.
She doesn't really know what's going on.
I'll figure it out after the show. Oh, I'm talking about the other lady.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, Violet?
Yeah.
Dude, whatever you need done, I'll go with her to her bank. I'll go to her house to see if she's okay.
Take her to Pizza Hut for the all-you-can-eat buffet.
Chattering. Stay at your son.
Do you remember when Pizza Hut used to have the buffets?
Mm-hmm. Hey, she's a widower, so maybe she can make something happen.
Uh-oh, now Doc's got the moves.
No, I'm telling Dimitri while he's there.
Dimitri's going to put on the moves.
No more student visas for Harvard? Harvard's now suing. And Apple could face a 25% tariff and more on the Joe Pag Show. Tonight from 6 to 9 on 630 KHOW.
All right, real quick, a couple things. Kelly, you did talk to Violet, right? Give me a quick update.
I did. We have her information, and yes, her POA asked her to.
Excellent. I'm going to call them. I'm going to call her, make sure everything's cool after the show.
Yeah.
So everything did sound. There was someone there literally with her.
Yes.
Okay. We're going to check that out, and then I'll figure it out off air
And
what's
I've
going
got
on.
everything, and she's very excited to speak with you because she really likes you.
Okay. Now listen. Dimitri is actually. I started listening to what Kevin had to say. And I don't know the law, but I do agree with this. Rationally, if you own a shop, you can't just push something off into the street if they don't pick it up. You would call a tow truck and have the tow truck come grab it. But when there's no transmission and little value, you might not even find a tow truck company that wants to do that, but who knows? But we're going to actually call up over the break. Dimitri's going to call up to the place, Christian Automotive or Christian Brothers in Fort Lupton, I assume, that apparently pushed it, and we're going to try to get that part of the puzzle. So we'll do that. Patrick, you're next. He's got a question on small claims. 2 lines open, 303 Martino. Hour to go right here on the
credit
Troubleshooter
card
Network.
debt ruining your life? Did you know?
I am so glad she called back.
38-20-116.
What's it say? It says Christian Brothers cannot push a car with no transmission into the road.
It says that you have to notify the owner by registered or certified mail, and that has to remain on file for 1 year. Notice that you are removing the vehicle.
Oh, no.
There's an entire.
You mean a year? You got to hold on it for a year?
Hold on to the receipt of the registered letter you sent.
I got it.
You're removing it from the property.
Oh, but where does it say you can't push it out?
If you send a letter and tell them you're going to push it in the street.
Okay.
You can.
Okay, so that's
how I
probably.
read. So you are right. Is
Thank
that where
you.
we're going?
So I am right. You are 100%. He's 100% right that I'm right.
As long as you send a registered letter telling you I'm going to push some bitch in the street, you can do it.
That is funny. Come get your car or we're setting it on fire. Poor off-road. I don't mean poor off-road. I mean poor people dealing with off-road.
Yeah, it's over.
But here's the deal, man. They're trying to restructure. There's no way. You know how many people emerge out of 11? I don't care if it's a massive big corporation or a small company or medium. I mean, Chapter 11, very few success stories.
Well, one of the finance companies has 3 lawyers on this case, so there's no money. That means there's going to be no money left.
Well, and then if he owes the IRS, forget about it.
Oh.
IRS would be numero uno.
Yeah, of course.
Well, actually, that's not true. Secured debt, if he has any assets to offset them, then the IRS, then employees, then customers, basically.
I've got 5 lawyers on just one page representing various like finance companies.
Ooh, that trustee's going to have fun on that one.
6 lawyers.
We got to do another rib-off. We got to get Barbecue Bob in here.
Ready?
You do wings. Do you smoke them? Oh, what do you do?
They're too hard to roll.
What do you... What a...
I just eat them.
I
He
did
thought it
that.
for a second.
I
He's like, what?
did it.
Ah.
You do smoke them, though.
No.
You barbecue them.
No.
Well, what do you do?
I bake them in the oven. But I have a very special technique before, during, and after.
He reminds me of Betty Crocker.
Who the hell is Benny Crocker? Did you say Betty Crocker?
Yes.
Oh, Betty Crocker?
Yes.
So is she known for wings?
No, she
Like a-
bakes.
Oh,
Women
right.
bake,
Yeah.
men smoke.
Men smoke. Right, I'll pick up a cigar on the way out.
Tom said they were excellent, though. Actually, if you slow cook, do you slow cook them?
No.
Oh, my God. This guy just ruins wings.
Oh, shit. Tom
No,
had
I
them
just
twice.
think he's not going to tell you how he cooks them.
Well, no, I'll cook them there. Like, I can't pre-cook them and bring them over to your rib-off. I have to cook them there. So you'll see everything. You'll
First
see
of
the
all,
sauce that
we
I make.
had that same issue. You got to bring him here. We do it on air.
Oh, it's here?
On
Oh,
air.
I thought you meant at your house.
No. About 11 o'clock, 11:30, you start eating.
Okay, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I know how to do it.
You just got to bring them hot or bring them.
I know
warm,
how to do it.
You know, yeah.
Put him in a good cooler. You realize coolers work both ways.
Yeah.
Okay.
Through insulation. No, I have a good way of dealing with it.
It's
I'll
not
deal
as
with it.
good when they
It'll
say
still remain
just-
crispy.
How are you going to deal with it?
It's
We'll
difficult
see.
because it's not as good 2 hours after they're done, obviously.
They'll taste just as good.
But the
They won't be. The consistency will be just as good. They just will be a lot less crispy on the outside, right? Because moisture is the enemy of crispiness.
If you put them in a cooler, it's going to be nothing but moisture.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I'll be able to deal with it like I dealt with.
I know what he's going to do. I already know.
Bring a hairdryer.
He'll show up with an oven.
Oh, you just sent me Joey? Oh, thank you. I'll give her a call right now.
Oh, good. I'll call her after the show.
Thank you. I just want to hear the small claims question, and then I'm going to call Joanne.
And in all seriousness, if she takes Christian Brothers to small claims, she'll win.
You think so?
I lost one.
Did you
Oh,
really?
jeez.
Am I to believe you would push a car out into the street?
My guys towed a car that we assumed was abandoned to somewhere.
Yeah. Oh, I know where. Where they weigh it and pay it.
Yeah, it was a guy who, no titles, no question kind of a deal.
I got that guy.
Yeah, I got that guy. And the car was there for 8 months. And we just just get rid of it.
You got way more patience than me.
Well, I'm going through the park. I got nowhere to park. And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, this got to go, this got to go, this got to go. And have I done it before? Yeah.
You should
The
have.
right way to do it? No.
Yeah.
I went to small claims and had to pay him $3,000 for his $500 car.
I wonder if he set you up.
No.
No.
You don't think he set you up for that?
because he actually sent me paperwork to go on Judge Judy in L.A. They were going to send me to L.A.
I would have loved to see Kevin on Judge Judy. Dude, that'd be awesome.
No, by set you up, I mean the guy intentionally abandoned a worthless car in
He
with
didn't
expectation of
intentionally.
suing you for $3,000. Oh, that was
He just kind of brought it there to get fixed, so it was probably too much money.
Was he had a warranty, but he had a blown head gasket. The warranty doesn't cover blown head gaskets. And then the warranty wanted us to tear down the cost point of failure.
And he didn't want to pony up the tear down.
No, I told him don't.
Got it.
Because they don't cover head gaskets.
Anyhow.
So let's not tear it down. Let's just get a motor. Okay, I'll think about it.
8 months later.
8 months later,
Tow
I
it.
towed it away, and then
You should have pushed it out in the street.
Are we off on Monday? Are we working here on Monday?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
It's Wednesday.
In fact, we're coming in early.
It's Wednesday on Monday.
Get here at 9:30.
Oh, shit.
I'll be pushing it, but in case I'm late, open the show.
So, AutoNations will follow up on completion of the review.
I don't remember the case, but...
Oh, the Jeep with
Oh, wait.
like 20 head gasket failures and... Yeah. Hello. We're reaching out to confirm receipt of your email. Our team will review the information you've provided. We'll follow up upon completion of the review.
Did you call Christian Brothers?
AutoNations Public Relations. No, as soon as the small claims question is over,
Oh, okay.
I'm going to call Joanne, find out which Christian Brothers,
Got it.
and I'll call them immediately.
Just ask him straight up, did you guys push it out in the street and that's how she got the ticket? Put it in a way where they'll answer correctly. Don't be, you know what I mean.
On our website. Fun. That's fun. Enter it now at khow.com. Keep listening to win on 630 KHOW.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Welcome, my friends, to the only show of its kind. We're here to solve problems, answer questions, and it's car day. One of my favorite days. Kevin Calkin joins me. Sheridan Auto Tech, Deputy Docs to my left, Deputy Dimitri to my right, Dragon on the other side of the glass, making sure we're on air, and then Kelly, or off air, depending on if people drop the F-bomb, and then Kelly answering your calls, producing the show. 303 Martino's the number. We got two lines open, 303-713-8255. Dimitri's going to go call an automotive shop that we think might have pushed a car into the street. Then it got a ticket. But on top of that, that poor woman bought the car from Off-Road Automotive, which is now in bankruptcy. So listen, if you're in Fort Lupton, or if anybody there, the bottom line is they're in bankruptcy. So just understand that. Chapter 11 is a restructure, meaning they're trying to get rid of their debt or spread it out and pay it off over a long period of time. It's almost like a Chapter 13, but it's for corporations. Most of them convert to a Chapter 7. I'll be honest. If you look at it, I don't care, big companies, medium companies, small. And the problem is, how much debt do they have? And I know nothing about the case, so I'm purely just speaking in general, not necessarily about Off-Road Automotive. But let's say it's a bicycle store, and they go into Chapter 11 because one of their vendors, Schwinn in this case, isn't getting paid, and they don't have the money to pay. So they go after them, they get a judgment, and someone files. That's one reason companies file Chapter 11. Another reason is they're forced into it. Maybe they're not paying their property taxes on their building, and the city of Littleton shows up and basically shuts down the property and puts a nice sign on the door. Maybe the IRS isn't getting paid and closes up the property. There's lots of reasons people call for Chapter 11, but they all come down to one thing. You owe money to somebody. So what this particular company or anybody else like the fabricated bike store is going to have to do, they enter into Chapter 11, and then why most people don't survive is very simple. Why did you get there? If you simply don't make enough money to pay the current bills, you wouldn't be in that position. Now you've got to prove not only do you have enough money to continue on normal day to day, but you also have to pay off all this other debt. Some people attempt to do it. It's very complicated, and usually it just simply doesn't work. It's astronomical, the failures of Chapter 11. I'd say 90%. 90%. If a bigger company doesn't come in, at least buy the assets. But generally, it just doesn't go that way. Now, Patrick's got a question. Hey, Patrick, what is going on, man?
I just have a question about small claims court. Basically, what happened was I rent my house out, VRBO and Airbnb, and somebody tried to check in at 12 in the morning, the day of check-in, but they're not supposed to be here till 4 o'clock. And I was here because it's my house, and they decided just to leave because I was here, which is odd.
So they tried to check in at noon.
Midnight.
No. Right when
at
it
midnight.
turned the next day, 12 at midnight.
Wow, the day before.
And
yeah, I get it. Go ahead.
Well, it's actually that day.
It's 1 second into that day. Whatever. I get you.
There you go.
Yeah.
And I'm lying on the floor, just watching TV.
That's odd.
Like,
But keep going.
They're like, "Who are you?" And I'm like, I'm
oh,
the
they
owner.
literally
Like, "Who are
walked
you?"
right in?
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. And I'm just sitting. I just got back from a trip. I was really tired. And I would have had the house ready for them to check in at 4.
Yeah, of course.
But they decided to go get another hotel or something. And then they did a chargeback on me. And VRBO took my money.
Now, I got to ask you this: why did VRBO side with them? I don't understand their. I don't know how they do things.
Well, they will immediately side with the renter immediately, and so I had to prove that, and through Ring and through my door, which has a code, I can prove that this guy tried to come in right at 12 and whatever.
Yeah. So then why didn't they side with you?
Well, they did. I ended up sending that information, and they gave me my money back. But he went and did it. He filed a claim with his credit card company, and then they took it back from me. So, and they're just saying, we can't give you your money back.
Well, hold on. Help me out here, Patrick. There's a few things I just don't know about VRBO. So, number one, I thought the customer pays VRBO and then VRBO pays you. Is that not correct?
That is correct, yes.
Okay, so when the renter canceled his credit card, that would affect VRBO, not you, correct?
Well, correct.
But wait, hold on. I think, Patrick, I think I understand. But somewhere in the agreement with VRBO, if the client is successful on a chargeback, they can take it back from whomever they gave it to?
Apparently, but they already sent me stuff that said I proved that he came in and broke my rules, and they already said that.
Yeah.
But then because he went out, he went out with the credit card company. They went and took it back and and they're saying they can't give it back.
Here's where I'm going though. You're talking about ultimately you got a question on taking them to court, right?
Well, yeah. Can I take VRBO to small?
Well, that's what we got to figure out in that agreement. I'll tell you, Dimitri's good at looking up stuff like that. Dimitri, you get the question. We need to know, is there something in their typical agreement that says if we get hit with a successful chargeback that we are able to take it from you? Now, I find that crazy if that is the case, because I don't think that's fair.
Oh, it makes perfect sense, and I think
gave it back to me once.
And I think it's perfectly fair because Patrick actually has two separate issues. He won one, which is did the renter break the rules of the rental?
Yeah.
So he won that. There's no question about that. The second and separate issue is the renter's payment failed.
Yeah.
Right?
But yes, I get it. But what I'm saying, I'm trying to think of a better example on this.
No, I totally understand where you're going with this. So you're wondering, is there something in the user agreement that Patrick signed with the rental company that allows them to recover their chargebacks?
Maybe this will help. If you're an auction house and I want to auction my Rolex, and I give it to you, and you auction it, and you accept payment on it, and my Rolex is gone, and you have whoever bought its money, and then all of a sudden they cancel their credit card, they have the watch, they have whatever it is, and you take my money back?
Well, it goes right back to what does the user agreement say?
That's what I'm asking. What is it? And I find it crazy, and you're probably 100% right. It's in there if they did it, but I find it I find it kind of nuts that they can do that.
Well, except that your example is kind of imperfect as it applies to this situation. In your example, your Rolex is gone, and so is the pavement, right?
His time's gone. This guy
his time is gone.
He could have rented it out to somebody else.
Well,
did he appeal it to the credit card company? Patrick?
No.
That is the whole problem I have with what we're talking about is Patrick doesn't even have the ability because he is not the vendor or the merchant. He's simply not that person. But if that is in the agreement, none of this matters.
No, and Patrick sounds like he's capable of taking a look at that agreement. Patrick, download your user agreement that you signed and see what it says. I mean, it's probably like 180
look up the word
pages.
Chargeback. If it's a PDF,
I
you
just
can
find it
search.
hard to believe that they gave it back to me because I proved that he had broke the rules, and they said that.
Patrick, these are two separate issues.
Yeah, but it's not.
Failed payment is an issue that's separate from did the guy violate the rules of the rental agreement.
I really would like to understand this because now I'm thinking like you rent a mansion for a week in California on Malibu through Airbnb or VRBO, and $5,000 a night. A week goes by, you have a great time. You tell your credit card company, oh, the swimming pool didn't work, and for whatever reason, your credit card company, sides with you.
Yeah, they'll reverse the charge.
And then the owner ends up not getting it, but VRBO is the one that actually said, this is a good person. We've checked them out. They're part of our membership. We accept their payment. I just find it, same with I just want to see the agreement. I really want to know the language in the agreement.
Patrick, shoot us a copy of your user agreement with the VRBO.
Shoot it over. I really would love to see it. I'm not kidding.
I'll look it up. And the other part is that it would have been ready exactly when he checks in. And part of the user agreement is
listen, we get all that, and Dimitri's 100% right. We are talking two different things.
Wait a minute. I think we leapfrogged over the main issue.
What?
Patrick's problem isn't really with VRBO. I think Patrick wants to go and sue the renter.
No, he wants to sue VRBO.
Oh, good luck. There's an arbitration provision in there. They're not going to let you sue him.
Either that or take him to arbitration. But it's more or less, I'm going to side with whatever's in the agreement.
I think if Patrick, do you know if your renter is local? Is he around here or is he from out of state?
No, they don't give information.
No, he's out of state.
Oh yeah, you can't. You'll have trouble suing.
But you
him.
don't even have information. I mean, you don't know his address or anything, right?
I can get it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know you could get that information. But that would be if he wasn't out of state. You could go directly to him, unless if once again in that VRBO document you agree not to go after.
Yeah, it could be that he gave up that right. But you could sue.
It does come down to that, and I'll get that and send that to you guys.
Send it over.
You're right.
Send it over to help at Troubleshooter, and we'll look through it. We got a tool where we can search it. But I'm dying to know on this, and there's a lot of people that deal with VRBO and Airbnb and all these places. Hold on, I got to take a break. Grab his info.
It's Jeff Jr. from Trajan Wealth, and I've got something important to talk to you about.
Yeah. Well, why wouldn't they contest it?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, did they fail? Did they drop the ball?
Yeah.
If he proved to them it was valid,
Yep.
why couldn't they prove that to the credit card company?
He already had his marching orders. Email help.
Whatever.
Tom dropped quick, didn't he?
All I did is 2 hours.
I don't know if he hit a wall. No, he was going to try to hang, but
I know, but I'm saying, but at least he got to 2 hours.
yeah, I wonder if he hit a wall or if like a call or something. It was very sudden.
Yeah.
John Fuller, Fuller Law. There is a lot of personal injury attorneys, and we all know that. All you have to do is look at a train or bus. You'll see one, or a park bench. Turn on the television. My God, they're everywhere. Try to deal with those people, and I mean that. Try to call up one of those big firms and say, hey, I want Frank. Yeah, guess what? He's not going to be representing you. One of his 300-400 employees are going to be representing you, and you're going to possibly be lucky if it's the same person the whole time. And you'll probably deal with paralegals or even assistants more than anybody. You want to deal with the actual attorney. You want the best results. You want to know how to maximize the case. You want someone to coach you through it so you get every possible dime. That's John Fuller. I mean it. I've used him twice. Both times, perfect results. Couldn't have done better. Got every nickel of insurance money. Every nickel. He taught us that. He helped us. 303-597-4500. 303-597-4500. If you've been hurt in an accident or if you have any questions, even this very second, 303-597-4500. Fix it 24/7. You know, they're a great company. I can tell you about that sump pump special again. $49. They come out and clean it, make sure it's working before the rain starts in over summer. Here's the deal, though. It's a great company. George brought this thing from somewhat of a small company to one of the largest in Colorado. They do heating, cooling, electric. They do drain cleaning. They do plumbing. They do the whole bit. Whatever you need done, if something breaks down, you call these guys. Fix it 24/7. Go to their website, fixmyhome.com. Check out everything they do, and you can schedule an appointment right there, including for that special. Fixmyhome.com. You know what's so funny? I get all those emails of Dave H. They didn't say Dave H. bitching at me.
Oh, yeah.
This asshole. They're like, hey, some guy's on there.
Yeah, Kelly was trying. I said, let him go, man. What do you
Yeah, so then I see, like, this comment that he made. And this guy, I have kicked off a few times.
I figured there was
Not just put him in timeout. I've literally kicked his ass off.
That's what we were talking about. There's got to be more to him just not liking you. Something
Oh, my
happened.
God.
Yeah.
So I kicked him off, and I think I forgot why I kicked him off. And I told Suzanne she
Let
could
him
go
back
ahead
on.
and put him back on. And then he calls up and does that shit.
Yep.
I went
Tommy
a little.
Tommy let him go a little longer than he should have.
Oh, yeah. I was pissed at Tom over that.
Yeah, no, that was.
And I didn't even hear it. But what I did hear was Tom let it go on a little too long. And I texted Tom exactly that.
Good to give people access, but not like the whole segment.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck, man? But what a dick. What a dick.
No, he was. But he came across that way, too. It wasn't like...
that's everybody said that.
Yeah,
They
was,
said
it,
he
it was
said.
a big nothing.
That's what Tom said. Tom's like, the guy sounded like a complete moron.
He did.
He's like, I was trying to let him hang himself, and everybody knew he was nuts.
Yep.
I got to go listen to it now. Now that I know what asshole it was, I figured it was just some random asshole.
No, you gotta listen to his rant.
No, he's one of your fan club members.
I thought it was the guy with the cat. Hell, that could be Dave H. The funny part is they could all be Dave H.
Yeah.
We had a guy call in, and he bought a car. 6 months later, finds out he needs a cat. And his initial thing was, I bought this car from one of the big dealerships, I forget who, Elway or somebody, and it didn't have a cat. And I'm like, well, they can't sell a vehicle without a cat. We'll go after them, blah, blah, blah. Then I find out it did have a cat. The cat just went bad, and it had over 100,000 miles. I said, well, there's nothing we can do. And you completely left that part out. There's nothing we can do. And he says something like, well, no, it's just like not having a cat. If it doesn't work, it's like not having a cat. I said, no. And I probably called him a moron and an idiot or something because the guy wouldn't stop. He kept saying, having a broken cat is the same as selling a vehicle with no cat. Then he said, he pushed the car out in the street next to the Pizza Hut.
And the cat got stolen.
And the cat got ran over.
No, I wish I would have read this before I pushed that guy's car out in the street.
I never, I'll tell you one I made good on. Lady, it was like a Buick Skylark, but she owed me like $2,000, couldn't pick it up, and I trusted her and her family about as far as I could throw all of them at once. So I wouldn't let that car leave one of our flat bays.
Yeah.
Actually, it was more like where we put tires, so it didn't even interfere with my life. And,
TrajanWealth.com. Denver's talk station. Online at khout.com.
All right, 303-713-8255. We got some lines open. First time in a long time. 303-713-8255. Got Uncle Kevin across from me. Kevin, automotive stuff, man. We talked about pre-purchase. What else is important when it comes to maintenance? I mean, we always talk nothing's lifetime. I get that, but we have summer coming up with 100-degree days coming up, besides the obvious of like...
Well, you say besides the obvious, but it's not obvious to a lot of people.
Well, that's true. You're absolutely right.
Absolutely change your oil. Oil's not good for 10 to 12 or 15,000 miles.
No.
It just, there is no lifetime or 2-year oil or any of that nonsense.
At minimum, follow the manual.
You know, but I would do it a little bit sooner. I mean, for what you're saving and what it's costing, there's no upside.
Plus, their warranty, most vehicles, the warranty's gone at 36,000 miles.
Yep.
And if you neglect oil or go, 12,000 instead of 6.
Yeah, your problems will be at 60 and 70,000.
Yeah, your problems aren't going to affect the manufacturer. They're going to affect your ass.
Yep, but you can't recover a sludged-up engine.
No.
Once they sludge, they're done.
And we were talking about, I missed the call, my son called, but Tom was talking to somebody, or you guys, about someone with 5 head gaskets?
Yeah.
What happened? That sounds... The only thing I could think about is every time we did a head gasket, my guys would pull the top end and send it to a machine shop.
Yep.
We'd never do a head gasket without milling the head.
And it's annoying to sit with that car in pieces for 2 days waiting for the head to come back. So that's why
when you push it outside, literally.
That's why a lot of shops, I'm not saying a lot, I don't know anybody that does, but obviously whoever did this one did.
So that's probably what happened.
Time saving.
So in other words, that head wasn't perfectly flat, so it kept blowing head gaskets.
Possibly.
Yeah, but until
who knows?
You look at
it. But it blew head gas because it got too hot. So it's one thing for it to be overheating. It's nothing to drive it overheating.
I heard some guy tell me years ago there was something called liquid glass.
Yep.
And if you had a bad head gasket, you could pour liquid glass in, and I'm sure it's not truly glass. I don't know what it is. And it would go down in basically almost like a foam, but something that's heat resistant or something, would actually fill in the gaps, and sometimes, not all the time, might extend that head gasket or make it usable.
Yeah, there's all kinds of hocus pocus. I mean, you go to AutoZone, they have the wall of shame, we call it. Yeah, they got every stop leak known to man. They got tire stop leak. Shame. Yeah, I mean, they got a can of something for everything.
My favorite was this guy brought me one time. So he needed a cat, couldn't pass emissions. And, I quoted him. Back then it was a lot cheaper. I mean, the cat was maybe $500, $400, whatever it was. Yep. And he's like, no, just hold on. And he shows back up at the shop. And he's got this bottle of, ready? It's truly called this, guaranteed to pass.
Yep.
It was $19 at AutoZone or Checkers or somewhere, and I read it, and you put it in, and you'll pass emissions after whatever, a week or whatever it is. And if it doesn't pass, you can send back the empty bottle and all these other instructions, the failed emissions test, and all this other stuff to the company, and they'll give you your money back.
Yeah, it takes 16 weeks, and
Well,
you know,
it probably
all this
takes
other-
$25 of time and shipping to get your $19 back.
Exactly. They sell one now. It's called Cataclean.
Cataclean.
So you run it through your gas tank, and it's supposed to clean contaminants off the catalytic converter, make it work more efficiently.
That's crazy.
There's all kinds of stuff.
But there's some additives, though.
No, there's some additives that
MOA.
work. Yeah, MOA is great. I mean, you know, that liquid glass, that does work in certain conditions. Yes.
It might get you by.
It's not permanent, that's what I was going to say. It's a Band-Aid.
There's another reason. If someone, let's go back to a pre-purchase, if someone did have an issue like that and put liquid glass in, I mean, really, there's nothing you could check.
You couldn't find it, no.
Yeah, there's nothing you could do.
One thing I keep wanting to bring up, I was shopping for a car for my granddaughter. And if you don't pull a Carfax on a car before you do a pre-purchase, just don't even bother.
Oh, don't waste the money.
Don't waste the money. The Carfax tells you so much, and you can bring that with you to the pre-purchase. We found 3 of the first 5 cars I looked at, the odometers were changed.
Oh, my goodness. And that's right on the Carfax.
Right on the Carfax.
So you don't even waste your time.
Don't even waste your time getting a pre-purchase if you're not going to do the Carfax
Because honestly,
first.
you don't even know what you're dealing with.
You have no idea.
Think about that. Once the odometer's changed, you truly have no idea if the oil change were done on. You know nothing about
You know
maintenance.
nothing about the car. No.
And Kev, I assume you do a brake check.
Oh, yeah.
That's one of the big
all
things,
safety
right?
check, yeah.
So, how often does someone? I know we send you a ton of pre-purchase because you guys do them right and you do them cheap.
Oh yeah.
In fact, anybody out there listening, straight up, not. And if you really want the car, Kevin will tell you everything that's wrong with it in a written form, so you can go negotiate it if you really want it. But anyhow, where I was going, out of all the people that come to you, let's say out of 100 pre-checks. Like, how many are just total junk, man? Like, that, literally, like you're saying, don't even negotiate, I wouldn't buy it.
Sure. Probably 20 to 30% of them. It's a pretty high percentage.
It's pretty high. There's a lot of junk out
there.
there.
I mean, there's stuff that every car needs. I mean, that's easy. You know, we can always find something wrong with any car. But some of them, I mean, it makes no sense to even try.
How about little things like how much does it cost? I'll just take something. What's a very popular car, like a 2015 Honda Accord?
Honda Accord. Yeah.
And let's say the driver's seat motor is out, so you can't adjust the seat. I mean, how much is something like that? Is that an expensive repair?
There's some you can't buy a motor. You got to buy a seat assembly.
Oh my God!
So that could be $2,000.
So they might tell you, that's probably only $100. Where
Yeah.
I mean, you might have to drop $1,000 plus.
Exactly.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So yeah, don't take anything for granted, and the whole it's already been checked. You don't need to worry about it. Da 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 da.
Or don't worry about that check engine light. That's your gas cap.
Yeah, no, that spot on the ground was from the car before you. That's not coming from your car.
Yeah, don't mess around. Skip, real quick. What's your question? Because I got to take a fast break.
Okay, I can wait till after you do your break.
Let's do that. I like that. I appreciate that. 303-713-8255. Everybody hold tight. It's Saturday, and you're on the Troubleshooter Network.
This is Denver's top.
Okay, tell me what you said.
In a few minutes, I'll tell you.
I didn't even notice you're wearing your new T-shirt.
It's Metallica.
What do I got? Discount bath.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Kev.
Kevin, do you want some coffee?
No, I'm good.
What? That can't be good for you.
So you got a nice 3-day weekend planned? Is Addie in town?
My mom's in town. I got to pick up
right.
Suzanne at the airport.
Everybody's got their own little life.
But throughout the day,
When's she coming in?
Maybe after lunch.
Suzanne tomorrow. It was really, she was only there 36 hours.
Yeah, so tonight you're free,
until I
basically.
go to bed.
Yeah.
But your mom
Hey,
is
I want
here?
to tell you about Discount Bath, and I want to do this for a few reasons. One, of course, they're an advertiser. But Chris and the gang, if you're looking at a remodel in your bathroom, you got to at least put them on the list. They're going to come out. They can talk to you about all the options. They can do, less expensive or cheap stuff, to be straight up, or they can do really, really nice stuff. They have everything in between. But what I really like is they're design people. They're people that think outside the box. When they were at our house, they mentioned, well, if you put the shower, the current shower where the big bathtub is now, then your closet could be expanded that big, and we could do like a California closet thing. And then, of course, Suzanne, she bit on that like a pit bull on a bone, to be quite honest, and we ended up doing something similar. But they come out and they can give you all the options. Or if you're just doing that old tub to shower conversion, they can do it. They're experts at bathrooms. And they have discount prices to boot. Get them. Call them up. Have them out. I don't care if you're looking at an estimate from somebody else. If you haven't signed off on it, call these guys. There's nothing to lose. 720-979-2322, or even easier, discountbath.com. Now, you're going to hear a lot of advertisements. Rates are probably coming down. I don't know the way they're going. But if you need to refi or take cash out to pay off credit card or high interest debt, if you have to do it, you have to do it. If you're moving, maybe you got a kid on the way and you need a bigger house, you get the idea. CMG. I mean this. Go directly to the lender. No middleman. They're not like all these companies you hear advertise everywhere. These guys are the lender. The other people go to them. Then they mark it up, and that's how they get paid. That's how all those brokers get paid. Just how it works. These guys are their direct lender. They lend over $2 billion a month. Think about that. $2 billion a month. They do reverse mortgages for less than anybody I know of. They will save you money on a reverse mortgage. They will save you money on a traditional mortgage. They're the only ones that I know that offer the all-in-one. That's a 30-year line of credit. That's on the first deed. A 30-year line of credit. They don't change it. If it's an $800,000 line of credit, you can use it whenever you want, put it back in. You can even offset what's out by your cash flow for your small business and end up with a zero mortgage payment. They do it all. They are the lender. In fact, I'm literally using them right now, helping my son with his first house. I'm going directly through the lender, directly through John Clace at CMG Mortgage. 303-882-6679. If you've been thinking of a reverse mortgage, don't let other people make all the money on you. These guys will do it for the best price. 303-882-6679 or partnerinlending.com. Partnerinlending.com.
You know how that goes. You and that Brown are having something that you
I literally talked to John today. I was like, okay, how much house can he buy? He comes back with like 600-some thousand. I'm like, dude, it's shattering. You can buy a fourth of the town for 600,000. I said he's looking like, 200, 250 absolute maximum. There's nothing there. And he's not going to go buy acreage. He's not buying a ranch. No. He'd get an apartment if there was one. There's nothing there. No. I'm telling you, man, we're flying out anyhow, and we're going to see what they have. But online, through anywhere we can find, there is like 2 homes for rent, and they're like $300 a month. I mean, they're like total garbage. Now, hopefully, I thought that about Scotts Bluff, but when Suzanne and I flew out there, we found some nice apartments that didn't list anywhere.
Good afternoon, Tom Martino.
Yeah, Cheyenne.
Okay.
Walmart's got all those jets.
Did you say manual?
His last drive to work.
One more time.
Well, his
I
current
don't know
store
if
now.
you
He
have me
doesn't start till next
speakerphone
weekend.
Or
There's a
some
week
sort
off?
of Bluetooth, but
No.
I just
Oh, he's still working at his previous store?
Yeah. His last day there is Friday.
Fernando. Gotcha. That's much.
So his drive to work
And you've got
was
dealership. What is the year and make?
under
of the
2
car?
minutes, like 1 minute 49 seconds. He could easily have walked.
Oh, you start. Woo!
Nissan what?
Isn't that ridiculous?
You can put them on a button bar, then they don't have to go search for it.
Are they giving him moving?
Are you look at? Yeah, look like for rent Shadron. You'll see what I'm talking
Mark,
about.
they're giving him moving expenses?
Oh yeah,
right?
Walmart's a great company to work for. The expenses, the moving packages are crazy. And here's why I felt fine. He's like, well, how am I going to sell this house when I move? If I do buy one, well, Walmart's got a buyout.
Do you have me on a
Yeah,
speakerphone?
that would be the other option. I did see one big duplex there that's for sale for like, I want to say it was like $300. I mean, it could be falling apart, but then he could rent out one and live in one now.
And
One of the gals I dated for a while was the CFO for First Data, which is a pretty big
I
company.
know what First Data is, yeah.
They make all their vendors go to bed.
I can't tell number
Oh, yeah.
2 anymore.
They will not have a meeting anywhere but in there. So you have to take a private jet, basically,
Yeah.
because there's no big airfield near there.
Walmart has their store manager meeting out there, and then they have a big thing for store managers each year. That's like a week-long conference. It used to be in Denver, but now they moved it. I don't know why they moved it.
DRHI.com.
All right, 303-713-8255. I'm dying to know what your issue is, Skip. It says with Air TV.
Yes, that's correct, Mark. Happy Friday to you, by the way.
Hey, thanks, Skip.
Sure, no problem. So I have over the air free streaming.
Oh yeah,
it's called Air TV. Yeah, and
wait a minute. I'm sorry, Skip. I'm sorry. I just got to understand this. So it's over internet, though, right? It's not over the air.
Let's see here. No, it's over the air. It's over your TV set. It's done through either an external antenna or through an indoor antenna.
Oh, okay. So it's an antenna. Okay, I get it. Go ahead.
Yeah, so it's kind of like an Amazon Fire Stick, only maybe a little more foo-foo, maybe.
Yeah, I'm still a little confused, but what's the problem?
Okay, well, anyways, I touched something that I wasn't supposed to, and now I can't get my local channels. I can get everything around it.
Yeah.
But I can't get the local channels.
Okay,
it says
so
that it's unauthorized.
Well, okay. Once again, I'm a little confused. So, do you have internet in your house?
Yes, that's correct.
Does the TV that we're talking about, one of the TVs we're talking about, does it connect to the internet?
It connects to the Wi-Fi.
Okay, that's fine. So it connects to the Wi-Fi. So you don't have a antenna like a old school antenna or a digital antenna plugged into it. You're actually accessing through the television hub some service that's called Air TV.
Well, actually, the way it works is the external antenna comes down and it has its own modem, but the modem is hooked up to the router for the internet.
I'm actually looking up Air TV. Air TV, stream local TV in HD. Hold on. Just let me, actually, I'm going to put you on hold for a second. Would someone please go to airtv.net and absorb what product we're talking about while I move on to Skip? Hold on. I got to understand what the hell we're talking about. Fernando, what's up with you? Fernando.
Yeah.
What's up, sir?
Yeah, I have a problem with the warranty at the Dodge dealership.
What kind of vehicle is it?
It's a Infiniti.
What year?
2018.
2018. So I assume we're talking about an aftermarket warranty?
Yeah, but they sold it to me with the warranty and everything else, and even the dealer's warranty.
When did you buy this 2018 QX?
I bought it. It's been a year now.
So you bought it a year ago, and you bought it with an extended warranty. And who did you buy it from?
From Dodge Ram.
Okay, so you bought it from Dodge or whatever Dodge dealership. Then a year later, you have a problem with it, so you brought it back to them. Same company, right?
Yeah.
Same dealer.
Yes.
And then that dealer said, "This is the problem." And what was the problem?
The problem was the car started leaking oil because it came from the oil housing.
Okay.
The engine, it's the oil housing.
So you saw
so
it
what
basically. I'm trying to think the beginning of this. So you saw oil on your driveway or saw it somewhere, and then you drove it to the dealership.
I actually had them towed it to him.
Oh, you
I had
towed
a warranty.
Did it break down? Did it break down on you?
It broke down. Yeah, all the coolant and oil came out because I guess
It sounds like the bottom end went out. But regardless, hold on. Then you got it to the dealership. What did the dealership say the problem was?
They didn't know what the problem was, so they had to tear it down to get to it.
I understand. So you authorized, I see where we're going. You authorized them to tear it down, right?
No, I didn't authorize them yet because they told me that the warranty people, we have to make a claim to the warranty people so they can...
Kevin, explain. Kevin, hold on. I want you to listen to this, Fernando, because I don't know if it went down this way, but this is the way it generally would go down with a warranty like yours.
They want to know the exact point of failure. So we have to disassemble whatever component, in this case the engine, to the point of failure, let them know what happened, why it happened, and everything that goes with it. And we do charge for that in advance because the warranty will not authorize the teardown. Customer authorizes the teardown.
Yeah.
In the event that it's not covered, customer is responsible. In the event that it is covered, the warranty company pays for it.
Is that kind of what's going on with you, Fernando? They tore it down and the warranty company's not covering it?
Yeah, exactly. So, but the point was, I told them about that, and Dodge said, yes, go ahead and tear it down, have them fix it, and we'll pay for it. They said, well, we'll actually pay for it.
I just missed you then. So, Fernando, are you saying it is covered?
Well, the dealership said that they would help pay for the teardown for me.
So, okay,
So I said,
but now, so where are we at
them?
now? Did they deny the claim?
Yeah, they denied it now.
What did they deny it
The
on?
car's fixed.
Abuse?
The whole thing.
No, I understand they're denying everything, the tear down and everything. I get that. But why did they deny the actual problem? What, did they cite abuse? Did they cite what?
No, the reason why is because of the warranty that they gave me was a premium package. And I guess they said that they didn't cover the gaskets on that coverage.
Now, the
And
gaskets,
so
if he broke down and there's coolant and oil everywhere, a head gasket, what do you think?
Well, no, it could be an oil cooler, oil housing cooler,
I got
gasket. Yeah, very, very common.
I got it.
But it takes a lot of labor to do it.
Exactly.
You know, it's like 6-7 hour job to
how
change
much is it out of pocket to have it fixed, bro?
They want $3,500.
Kevin, where is that in the scheme of things?
It's deep in that engine. They're not an easy one to work.
Well, I meant price wise.
No, it's a little on the high side, but not outrageous.
Fernando, I mean, you are where you are, so you're calling because you're upset with the warranty company, or you're upset that the dealership is charging you for the teardown.
I'm upset at the dealership because they promised me that they were going to pay at least half of it, and I can cover the rest.
And now they're saying they won't. How much are they asking for it?
Yeah. The teardown was 14.
And you want them to pay 7 of it?
Well, just the 14, the teardown, and I'll pay the rest.
What's the rest?
The rest is it's at a $3,500.
Well, you're assuming now. Wait a minute. I think I understand what you're saying. You're assuming though that the teardown isn't also part of the labor to do that job. So, in other words, you're saying
it should have been
on your ticket. It says $1,400, and then it also says $3,500.
No, it's with the teardown, 14 plus whatever with the coverage.
So it's 14 plus 21, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And is that a fair price for that, Kevin?
Yeah, it's not bad. It's a little on the high side, like I said, but you're right. The teardown is the initial getting to the problem.
Yeah, it's part of. It's basically the R of the R.
The R of the R&R. There you go.
I just don't know if.
my problem is they promised me, they said that they were going to pay for the tear.
How do you, okay, here's what I'm asking. How do you know they're not paying for half? Did you ask them?
Yeah, I just went there now.
And what are they saying? When you say, hey, you guys promised you were going to pay for half, what is their response to that?
Now their response is, oh, well, they were at first talking to the the manager of the warranty place, and they said, oh, yeah, we'll cover the coverage of the teardown, but let us know when the car is fixed, and then we'll go from there. So now the car is fixed. I went to them and said, okay, the car's fixed. So you guys are going to pay your part so I can pay my part to get my car out. And they just told me, no, we are not honoring that. So
I'm saying, do they acknowledge, Fernando, do they acknowledge to you right now that they said they would pay for half and they have changed their mind?
Yes, exactly.
They acknowledge that?
Yes, they acknowledge
And who is that? Who acknowledges that?
It was the manager of Dodge. His name was Ali.
Who wants this one? Okay.
Now, none of that's in writing, I'm assuming.
No, but that's why I asked. He's saying they acknowledge it. So when Doc calls over there with you, they should say, yeah, we told them that, but, and then they're going to have an excuse, right?
Yeah, they've been ignoring my calls and everything. I had to come down personally.
All right, hold on. Doc, he's on too. Kelly, get all his information and figure out what dealership. It's not called Dodge dealership. And then Steve Moss, we got Rick. We got a lot of stuff going on. And then Air TV, did you figure that out? What is it real quick?
Yeah, well, it's
Internet?
No, it's an over-the-air television service. So you buy a device and then you buy an antenna.
Yep.
And then you can watch certain local channels, I assume, for free. Yeah, network TV shows, live sports for free.
It's over the air, though.
It's over the air.
And it's probably also on the Internet.
And no, it's an antenna. And,
all right, okay, hold on.
They also offer a monthly service subscription.
All right, everybody hold tight.
Unless there's a premium one or
something. Might have to move you to Monday, so let me get your contact information. What is the best number to reach you at?
So it is. It's a regular antenna.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can do the best of both worlds and stream local programming
390
by ordering Sling with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Sling is just a regular streaming service.
Monday at 10 a.m.
Watch unsupported devices.
I think the best one.
Oh,
what
yeah,
you
know
need
what?
for best Air TV
Thank you for reminding me. See, it's creature of habit.
So, but it is interesting. He's not getting the locals, which he should be getting with no problem whatsoever.
He hit settings somewhere on his. There's something he's like. He pulled a Martino.
Well, plus
I didn't hit anything.
I didn't hit anything. He said he did.
The antennas have to be installed correctly.
Yes.
Yeah, and usually it goes out and scans and then tells you what it found. Now, like in my house, it's interesting. If I'm on cable or Hulu Live or YouTube Live, any of them, anything live, I get channel 9, 7, Fox 31, all of our locals. But if I use my antenna, because like internet's out, I get Colorado Springs locals. Channel 9 is too far. I don't get it. Fox is too far. I guess they're all up by Golden. I don't get any of those. But my antenna finds the Colorado Springs ones. So it is possible, depending on where you live, you simply don't get some channels.
Yeah, I mean, the company even has the word air in its name.
Yeah. Well, it's because they breathe. They're living and breathing.
You know what I found to be the best streaming service is YouTube TV.
That's what I have.
Yep.
I love YouTube.
I have all the other ones. I piggyback on my
can't
son.
go number 2
so I get all
anymore.
that stuff from him. But like, when we have the poker games, the guys have to watch the playoffs. So, so I have to have the TV in the poker room. So
Hell yeah, you do.
But YouTube TV has a great selection of apps that you can download.
Dad, you get a big house in Chadron for $250.
I know, it's crazy, man. And they got an airport, like I said. I can fly from DIA to there, $89.
You just got to hold your breath the whole way.
Not only that, man. If you look at this, yeah, exactly. I'm going to buy a fucking parachute.
What's the name of the airline?
Hold on, let me look. I'll tell you exactly what it is.
Oops, Air.
Oops, Air.
There's only one company who flies to how do you spell it? Chadron.
Chadron. It's spelled Chadron.
You got to know about Christian.
Oh, yeah, whenever you guys
we have like 2 minutes coming.
Oh, okay.
There's only one.
Might have to do it Tuesday.
Southern Airways Express. So I looked at the plane they had there, and I was like, well, that was made in the 50s. Yeah, it was single prop.
Single prop.
Yeah, that's what I said. Single prop. That's weird.
So it's you, Suzanne, and the pilot? Is that kind of what it was?
Shit,
so then I put in Southern Airways Express safety record. No, I did this last night. And then basically AI goes, it's faced scrutiny in recent years.
Scrutiny.
Allegations of unsafe flying practices. And this is the first thing that comes up. And then I dig in more and see they were fined pretty heavily last year by the FAA. And their own pilots have multiple concerns about the safety of the aircraft.
Shit.
What kind of, is there Pilates
Dude,
or like a beaver?
I think you and Suzanne should take separate flights just in case.
Doc, I don't know what kind of airplane it is. Here's a picture of it.
Looks like an Alaskan bush plane.
Yeah, well, you know, those beavers are really great single-engine planes.
But the safety record was like, what? That's a big-ass single prop, isn't it? I'm like, oh, my God. Then when their own pilots
Cessna
are bitching.
Caravan.
Cessna what?
Oh, it is a
Cessna Caravan.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a very well established.
They don't follow the maintenance records, apparently. Just because the prop hit the ground once, it's still straight.
That's what the tape's for.
Yeah, I know. I kind of pissed. I kind of said to myself right after I did it, why did I Google the safety of that
You would have
aircraft?
been better off not knowing.
It was just because the plane looked so funky.
Have a good weekend, boys and girls.
See you, brother.
I'll be here Wednesday because Tuesday's my day off.
Okay.
Well, Dee's coming in Monday.
No, Monday we're doing the special show. It's
a best of, right?
no, we're doing the Memorial Day special.
Well, it kind of is right now. I mean, we don't have anyone.
Thought maybe I'd get him.
Steve's not going to get on. Oh, my God.
Did you text me that number for that last caller?
I did.
Okay, great. Have a good weekend.
All right. See ya.
Fighting against a biological male dominating a 7th grade girls track meet. We'll talk to her Friday on Ryan Schuling Live.
All right, 303-713-8255. Hey, Dimitri, you looked this up for this guy. Let me bring him back up. But his question was he has a problem with Air TV. We'll explain what that is. We got to do it quick. But his problem was he got some channels, but he's not getting the locals, right, Skip?
That's correct.
Go
yes,
ahead, Dimitri.
And it's all done. It's all done through your cell phone.
Yeah, the app part of it. So you should be able to get locals if you're close enough to them.
Well, it's all over the air service. And did you get the outdoor antenna or the indoor antenna?
Well, he had them before, and something changed.
Yeah, he used to get
I got
them.
the outdoor antenna.
With the outdoor, you would get those locals. Now you don't, right?
Have you tried unplugging everything and then plugging it all back in?
Hold on. With the outdoor antenna, you got the locals, right?
Yeah, with an indoor antenna as well.
Local.
What?
I don't have the. I'm sorry.
Skip, did you ever have those channels over the air?
Yes, I did.
Get his information.
I had him.
Skip, I'm going to call you. Hold on, man. The end of the show's here, so you just hold tight. Give Kelly your info. And then Steve Moss, Rock and Roll Brewery. If you want to get out there tomorrow, cornhole tournament, it's a great deal. Go to rockandroll.beer. Get signed up now. Rockandroll.beer. My name's Marc Mager. You've been on the Troubleshooter Network.
Follow Tom Martino at Real Tom Martino. And stay connected with all of us at 630 KHOW, KHOW.com, and on the iHeartRadio app. This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
When it comes to vital home services like plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains, think Plumbline Services. I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino, who knows Plumbline to be more than just service professionals, neighbors, reflecting a mission of excellence, character, and ethics, as they've been doing from Castle Rock to Fort Collins since 1998. And in my home, turn to the experts, PlumlineServices.com. Service at home, servants at heart. PlumlineServices.com.
This May, both Triple J Armory locations, Littleton and Colorado Springs, are bringing the heat. We've packed the month with exclusive deals and free shooting days. Want in on the action? Follow us on Facebook and Instagram for the full schedule of events and promotions. Whether you're upgrading your arsenal or just getting started, Triple J Armory has your six. Come see us in store or visit triplejarmory.com. Triple J Armory. Locked, loaded, and local.
Hey, it's me, your cell phone. We need to talk about something serious. I know you love me. I know you like using me wherever you are, but I feel like this isn't working out when you're driving. I know you may think that it's possible to focus both on me and the road, but I just don't feel the same way. I think we should spend time away from each other when you're driving. It's for the best.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org, a message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
KHOW Denver, an iHeartRadio station. Make us the #1 preset on the free iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
ABC News, I'm Chuck Sievertson. What retailers pay for eggs wholesale is down about $0.50 to $2.92 per dozen last week, says the Agriculture Department, citing reduced demand. A federal judge has temporarily blocked the Trump administration from ordering Harvard University not to admit foreign students. The university is suing, calling it a blatant violation of the First Amendment, due process clause, among other things. The president at the White House.
They have $52 billion as an endowment. They have $52 billion. And this country is paying billions and billions of dollars and then gives student loans and they have to pay back the loans. So Harvard's going to have to change its ways.
Wall Street's major indexes